Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Welcome to another Sovereign Citizen Watch. It's good to see everyone. Let me real quick just click on something to make sure that the YouTube chats are going to appear on screen. There we go. That should do it. Let's see what I missed in chat. Dodger Mutt with a 60 stream streak says Greg Bavino is thinking of running for president in 28, and his biggest backer is facing felony charges for possessing meth. Why is this timeline like this? I don't know. Someone did something very cursed at some point. I don't know. The worst thing is he could win. That's how stupid things are. Sweet Lily Love with 175 stream streak says, I'm so special, yay! Ken Sister Sue with the 90 stream streak says, 90 days of the marvelous streamer and seer Hannah in her lovely costumes, thank you. Alice with 18 months of Prime, thank you very much. This sub-baby's name is going to be Strawberry Tall Cake. That's legally distinct. Phoenix Leftist with a 205 stream streak says 205 entertaining and friendly streams. And one who reads with 18 months says suck it, sub baby. Shit, this sub baby's name is gonna be Marsha. First, middle, last. Italian Shakespeare says a safe cleanse that is short.
I'd been searching for the Maltese burger for 3 years.
Oh, it's an animation to Whose Line. All right, I'll save that for when we need it later. You're dying of heat exhaustion. I am so sorry. Get yourself a fan. Get all of the ice. Nearest Crow Hill with a 59-month streak says, sorry for that messed up timeline. That's my bad. I ripped a tag off a mattress. Anyway, hope you're doing well, Hannah. We'll never forgive you, Nearest. We'll never forgive you. Lady Ann with 67 months says, who is Timu Michael Keaton? Jay's Proxy says, did I see what you posted in tinfoil? I did not. I haven't checked the tinfoil thing in a few days. Let me take a look. Tinfoil. This is a Colorado Republican gubernatorial candidate. Wait, he's the front runner for Colorado's GOP Oh no, okay. Let's see what it is.
Victor Marks, thank you for your time.
Great to be with you.
So you have agreed to debate your Republican opponents on 9 News next week, and that discussion is going to
focus. And he's the front runner.
Focus on policy. Our conversation here is going to talk about your backgrounds and your qualification.
Great.
This is 30 minutes long. Or are there highlights I need to hit here? Because, I got to do a show right now. We can't sit through the whole 30 minutes.
The stories that you tell.
Unless this is a tinfoil video we need to cover on tinfoil.
About your life and your accomplishments are extraordinary. How much of it's true?
All of it.
Easy enough. You describe yourself as a high-risk missionary, a renowned martial artist, you're a ministry leader, you're a speaker.
You know when they throw martial artist in there, there's some weird shit going on.
You're an author.
Not that there's anything wrong with being involved in martial arts, but I feel like when you put it on your resume in something non-martial arts related, then it's a red flag. You're the kind of person that, really likes to bring up that you know a martial art, and that's always a weird personality. Stone Corbell, thanks for a 20 stream streak, says, I know I've been here more than 20 times. I guess I missed one at one point.
What qualifies you to be the governor of Colorado?
Well, I'd say first is, what are the qualifications to be?
Oh, I didn't do all my calls to action. Sorry, we're still in the beginning, so it's fine. If you're on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. If you can, when you watch the VOD, hype the video. If you want to support the show and keep it going, you can always become a member on YouTube, use super chats on YouTube. On Twitch, you can always become a subscriber, gift subs, or use bits. We're also working on our tip goal, which is to read Alice in Wonderland together, my favorite book. We're almost halfway there. So, cool beans. All that stuff's out of the way now.
Governor.
Murderer and exorcist?
The main one for me, you first got to care for people. You got to truly care for Coloradans. Because if it's just some type of job, it's going to be reflected in the way you run the state. I think it's reflected right now in how bad the state is. So, and then it's a CEO position. It's not a legislator.
It's not a CEO position, it's the governor. Oh, God, this guy's the front runner? Okay, we don't have time. Again, it's a sovereign citizen stream. We don't have time for this right now, but I'll go back to that and we'll look into him later. What the fuck? Unconditional Prong with 43 months says, 43 months, wow. Also, polyester is getting some play this month along with some Mel Brooks for the big 100. Very nice. M. Scheffler with 100 bits says, everything this man has ever said is a wild lie. Like, completely unbelievable lie. M. Scheffler says, the state is great. He's insane. Yeah, I'm kind of assuming he's not going to win. It's Colorado, right? He's probably not going to win. Orion Cooper with a $2 super chat says, qualified in Word, Adobe, Planner, and Krav Maga. Just a Peach with a tip says, Green Guy says, high-risk missionary as a sex act you do on a trampoline. That's pretty good. It's one of the, tell Green Guy that's one of the funnier jokes he's done intentionally. There you go. And we are on a treasure train, 5% to level 2. If we get to, I think, level 3, it's 35% off gift subs. So if you want to support the stream, you can do stuff in Twitch chat. Let me see. M. Scheffler said to look at something. M. Scheffler with a 40 stream streak says, he has no chance here. He's a clown. Whichever Democrat wins will win. The video is definitely worth watching. The guy's a nutbag. Okay, I'll keep it on deck and we'll maybe watch it for tinfoil. Or I'll, like, figure out which sections have the most interesting stuff and we'll watch those for tinfoil. Star Elf with a 70 stream streak says, movie trivia, 220, 221, whatever it takes. I didn't get that one. All right, I think we're caught up. Phoenix Leftist with 100 bits says, hype. Cool beans. All right. Sovereign citizens. We're going to start with Marcel. We could probably just get Marcel out of the way. It's only like a quick 7-minute video or something like that. So Marcel is back after about a month. He's still Marcel. You're swaying your chair behind you like a furry tail? Well, I don't have a real tail. What do you expect me to do?
Okay, so doing a quick video here because Lorraine and I were talking last night and a few nuggets fell out of me as we were talking. So
you gonna pick those up? No? Just leave them on the floor. Okay.
We were discussing a family member and we talked a little bit about imagination and something that I was just kind of jovially sharing with Lorraine.
I find what he's about to say interesting in terms of what it shows us about his frame of reference and how he views the world. This is the Timu Michael Keaton you were referring to. This is Marcel! We've covered him for years! Bittergrin, thanks for 100 bits.
Of Earth Ambassador Society is the key to getting close with anyone is understanding what their imagination is for life, right? We all live in our imaginations all the time.
Marcel states here that he believes we all live in our imaginations all the time. That's interesting that he believes that, because that's not something most people do. Don't get me wrong, we are always filtering reality through our subjective perceptions. I understand that. So if that's what he means, weird way to phrase that. But seemingly he thinks that people are constantly filtering reality through their imaginations. Weird thing to say, to be honest. Definitely not true unless you have maladaptive coping mechanisms, like I used to. I still have some, but different ones than that. Hydrate, will do.
So within living in our imagination, we disseminate reality to our own understanding, whether that's right or wrong. So to get
Minute left on the hype train.
close to anybody, to really help them, because basically the point of this is I was sent to Earth.
Have I seen this weird Czech version of Alice in Wonderland from 1988? It has some weird stop motion animation. Would recommend. Have I seen this one? I need to see more screenshots. Is it the really creepy one? One sec. I have seen parts of this. I have not sat down and watched the whole thing, but I have seen clips on YouTube, and it looks fascinating. I love the Alice story, and I love surreal visuals, so I have not seen it yet, but I do plan on watching it at some point for sure. Nemesaur, thank you so much for gifting 20 Tier 1 subs. You're so continuously generous. Appreciate you. And so does the audience. That gets us over the goal for the treasure train, so now all gift subs of 5 or more, 35% off if you'd like to help out the channel. M. Scheffler, thanks for gifting 5 Tier 1 subs.
To help everybody, but I don't have enough time to spend with each of you, to spend 2 years by your side all day, every day, putting into you what you need to know to see what freedom is, what the solutions are, that kind of stuff. So the point to that is if I could spend every day with each of you and understand what's in your mind, what your imagination defines as reality, I would be able to coach you to see reality accurately in your imagination.
So it just sounds like he wants to brainwash people. It just sounds like he's framing anyone's frame of reference as their imagination, and he thinks he can contort your worldview into his. That just sounds like brainwashing. Sweet Lily Love with 100 bits, thank you very much. Getting us over level 6 of the hype train. Meg-hated person with a 75 stream streak says accurately equals as I see it. Yes, big cult leader mentality.
And what I mean by that is we were talking a little bit more in depth as well, just about the freedom movement and all the things that are going on and how things are getting worse and worse. We see mental health police now. We see the AI data centers coming. We see all these things coming.
Can you explain mental health police to me, Marcel? I know that police can do, like, wellness checks and people can be involuntarily committed. In the United States, I think it's a 72-hour period hold is typical. I'm not sure what it is in Canada or if it differs by province or whatever. But no, they're not like going door to door just trying to put people in like crazy house for no reason, Marcel.
And we're so close to stopping them, but so far away at the same time. So 17 years ago, when I got into private law and founding your own self-governing society, within a year or two, I knew exactly what it was, exactly what we could do with it, but I need to have what I understand live in your mind accurately, which is super difficult. So my frustration with the movement is, an example I'll use here is this girl, Tijuana Sekic on Facebook. Great lady. She's young, she's passionate. I'm not saying this to pick on her.
Who wouldn't trust someone named Tijuana Psychic?
She's great at staying on top of topics, but she has no...
Oh yeah, he often wears big gaudy chains and stuff. He likes to have conspicuous symbols of wealth, and gold chains are an easy way to do that.
No real solution. Same thing, Truckers Convoy, I Don't Know More, Every Child Matters. All of those movements need what I have. And I come into those groups like Alliance of Indigenous Nations and CIPICO, with her law TP in Winnipeg, and you know, I've reached out to all the freedom movements, you know, and the Moors and all the different groups out there. The Moors, granted, are probably one of the furthest along, and I'm not, they're pretty much doing a good job on their own. But for all...
He thinks it's the 90s. Yeah, when he wears a suit, it's fitted like the 90s, too. Remember in the 90s how suits were like... I don't know what the style for suits is now, to be clear, I guess. But, like, in the 90s, suits were, like, often fitted quite large for the person wearing them. That was the style. Marcel, when he wears suits, still kind of wears, like, too big for him suits. It's interesting. Stone Corbell, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. 53% to level 7 on the hype train. What generosity today. Thank you, everyone. The David Byrne look.
The other freedom groups out there.
Do I need to bring out... Hold on, my copy of Stop Making Sense is right there. I won't pull it out and just talk about it, but that's maybe one of the best... It's the best recorded concert I've ever seen. I'm not gonna say I've seen a ton. I'm not a big music person, but goddamn. That is a good concert. Jason Proxy says, don't forget to vote. The June primaries that have not passed are Maryland, New York, Colorado, Utah, and Oklahoma.
Everything in the legal system is their game. They control it. It's satanic, it's slavery, it's pedophilia.
Everything I don't like is Satan, and also it's PDFs too. I can't come up with a good argument. Disagree with me and I'll blame you too. No, it's all bad. It's all bad. 30 seconds on the hype train. Very embarrassing.
Can't win in that system. There's no vote you can do. There's no referendum. Everyone needs to understand we got a fight coming. A real fight that you might get punched in the nose, right? And it doesn't have to come to that, though.
I don't want to get punched in the nose. Phoenix Leftist with 100 bits says, when I get paid again, I'll get more bits. Love the streams. Well, thank you.
And here's what I mean. When the truckers' convoy happened, right? And they shut everything...
I do not have a pretty voice.
down. When things hit a certain breaking point, you start seeing people will resist, but it goes so far when it doesn't have to go that far. So again, truckers' convoy, you know, they pushed the mandate so far. They were talking about force vaccinating everyone, which is basically mass genocide, or is in fact mass genocide.
It's not. Good news! Good news, Marcel! It's not that! Isn't that such good news that you should be excited for?
Even if you survived it, a lot didn't. And all...
Marcel scares the bejesus out of you. Me too. Out of all the people I cover on stream, he's one of the people that actually scares me the most. If I am ever murdered by one of the people I cover on my show, highest chances it's Marcel. Marcel is the highest on the list of people I think would actually find me in real life and horribly murder me.
Those groups and movements need to do is do the systems I have. And not because they're mine, but because they are accurate. And
I'll 100% have it coming, too, to be honest. Don't weep for me if that happens. I've literally built my career at analyzing and looking and making jokes surrounding the beliefs of, like, quite unhinged people on the internet. What did I think was going to happen?
reality. If what I teach is in your imagination as reality, you will win.
You can be sad about it, but don't be like, who could have seen this coming?
Against the system. You can't beat society without having your own society. And a self-governing private law, sovereign rights held by indigenous power, government society, self-governing, God-given rights. Legality is satanic, it's all evil. Not trying to get into all that right now, though. But this is where the movements out there, I've met with all the movements out there over the last 17 years, from I Don't Know More, Occupy Wall Street, everyone, I've reached out to them. They've all heard of me. They all know who I am.
Everyone's heard of him. I definitely believe that this person with 700 followers on Rumble is recognized by everyone he contacts. That's definitely reasonable and not a part of his delusions of grandeur.
Because I would be polite, or I'd be...
Don't go to Canada. I don't plan on it. I don't have a passport, so I'm pretty much stuck. I'm not even going to get a passport until at least like a couple of years from now. Because right now the passport system, they would put a big ol' M on my passport, and I don't want that anywhere near me, so I'm pretty much stuck here. Yay.
Rude, whatever it took to get their attention, because I needed to get this information into other people's hands and minds. You found a society, you set up programs, you do a peaceful, hostile takeover of your neighborhood, you take down all the faggot shit, you start
Strike one!
Litigating everyone who's committing harm in any way, you shut down the police force, you investigate them one-on-one, Your private security outranks police when you have a sovereign rights held by Indigenous power society.
No, you don't outrank the police. Marcel, they've arrested you before. Why did they arrest you if you have more power than them? They have more power. They arrested you.
Imagine if Truckers Convoy did that and police show up at the truck and Truckers Convoy private security with lawful right arrests police.
That's delusional. That's incredibly delusional. If you try to arrest the police, even in Canada, even if those particular cops don't have guns, if you kidnap police officers under the auspices that you're arresting them for your weird trucker convoy or whatever, they will send in the Canadian equivalent of a SWAT team, and they will have guns. So do not do that. Do not attempt to kidnap police officers. That is a terrible idea.
Police ain't shit. I'm going to read you a quote here, actually, on my Facebook page from someone famous. I'm not...
Even his slurs are outdated, right? In private, I call myself that. That's not even, like... like, that's not even a harsh one. You still shouldn't say it. Certainly not as a slur. But, like, I don't know if that's hurt most queer people for a while.
familiar with him, but
I might be projecting my relative okayness with it. Like, it's not okay, but it doesn't hurt me. Does that make sense?
I love what he wrote. A police uniform does not miraculously make a man a hero. It makes him a legalized thug.
Hello, Gene the Scorned. How's it going?
His only actual
Been a while.
purpose is to violently bash your skull in if you ever dare to step out of the filthy slum the billionaires deliberately designed for you. And that's by Huey P. Newton. Now, I just heard the other day the Pope saying, say 3 Hail Marys if you Mai Tai cocktail an AI data center. That's coming from the Pope. He's evil, I'm not getting into that, but just that's a religious leader saying. I've heard other ministers talking about how the Bible tells you there's no...
Did the Pope actually say it's okay to firebomb data centers? I know he said some things that were anti-AI, but it would be pretty based if the Pope was like, yeah, you can, like, do whatever. Just pray about it.
Salvation in politics. Those all sold out to the devil a long time ago. And legality is not law. So all these assholes walking around like...
It is. Legal, lawful, they're the same thing.
Like legal rules are law, you're a fucking moron. And this is where... Again, I'm not trying to get into that side of it. This is me just talking the way I spoke to Lorraine last night, sharing the truth that I understand, where for freedom to win, every group out there just needs what we have. And if you're a serious group, I will give you a heck of a deal. Like, we'll make it so cheap you can't lose, but you need what we have. You have to have it. And through that...
What a terrible sales pitch. You need it. You need what I have.
You also need...
You've not demonstrated that. You can't just assert it and expect to be taken seriously.
You need a financial budgetary system. You need an economic process where you have real factual money backed by gold or silver, where it's the actual physical commodity. You can't just...
Shiny good. Shiny metal good. Paper bad. Shiny good. Me like shiny rock pressed into disc. Me no like less shiny rocks pressed into discs that are not gold or silver. Those no good. They not shiny enough. Me need shiny.
Generate currency off of imaginary stuff in the ground that you haven't dug up, like AIN wants to do with Tumult. And this is where I just have the definitive way to do everything, proven for 17 years. I'm a lone wolf and I'm still here. My results are here. The reason all the movements reached out to me is because I got the bank accounts. I did it as a lone wolf, but I'm not great in groups because I won't let group mentality override what's smart and right, and democracy can go fuck itself.
That's so funny. He's such a narcissist that he's like, no, I can't really work with others. I always assume I'm right and do not take constructive criticism or opinions from others well. Not something to be proud of. That's actually a pretty severe character flaw. Like, I'm not saying everyone needs to thrive when working in groups, but you need to be able to do it and to listen to other people's views and to take them in and be able to sometimes go, oh yeah, I didn't think of that. That's a good idea, because that's a thing that happens all the time. No one is perfect. No one comes up with every good idea. You should open the pool of ideas to people beyond your narcissistic self.
Democracy is the majority of morons overriding the expert on what is factually right and will work.
You're not an expert, Marcel. Jitara says, oof, shiny rock too heavy. What if say lighter thing worth just as much? Make carrying easier. Fennikagami says it was probably that he refused to condemn those who do firebomb data centers, something like God loves all, including the criminals, and we are called to hate that which is evil and oppose evil wherever it forms, even if we must be persecuted for it.
So feelings don't matter, facts do. And the fact is, unless you have the systems that I teach, exactly all of them, you're going to get your ass handed to you and you're killing freedom for everyone else. So please become the complete solution. Let me just take one more look at my little list here. Yeah, so we got to get your imagination to see things right. That's basically it. Again, this is a video being done for Earth Ambassador Society. Her energy is better and nicer. If you want to coordinate with her, great. She has access to all of our systems, and God bless you all to see the truth. If you don't get the systems we have, you are who is killing us. So to all the groups out there, step up. Get your private law society, get your private security, and under claim of right, let's arrest this fucking legal system. Peacefully and lawfully. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
His affect is so strange. So casually being like, yeah, we're just gonna arrest everyone in the legal system. Every cop, every judge, every paralegal, every attorney. It's always fun hearing from him, though. That level of delusion is just fascinating, and it's been so stable for like 16 years. Like, I can think that's like, I see him 16 years ago in videos, and it hasn't gotten better or worse. Like, you'd think it would get way worse over time, but he has cycles where he's like worse and better. But those cycles go back for, like, over a decade. So he's just in this state of this perpetual cycle of, like, I'm really excited about all of this and everything's fine. And then he switches to the other side of, I hate everyone, you all suck, you're monsters. And he's just stuck in that forever, like some sort of, like, bipolar Sisyphean task. Poor guy. Okay, moving on.
Versus Destiny Graves. Case number SP19022.
Did I see Marcel's video on Ian Runkle? Like, as in Runkle of the Bailey? No, I didn't.
2 counts 1 and counts 2. SP1902234 counts 1 and counts 2. Appearance.
No, he doesn't take meds. He doesn't accept his diagnosis. He's been diagnosed as bipolar or manic depressive. I'm sorry, I forget which is the proper designation these days. I know it's one or the other, and the other one you're not supposed to say. I apologize. But he has been diagnosed bipolar. Thank you. So yeah, he refuses to take meds. If he was on meds, it would stabilize him. You would think, assuming the meds worked correctly.
For the record, please.
Elwood S. Berry Jr. on behalf of the defendant. State your full name, Ms. Graves.
Is Destiny Graves still here? Unmute yourself, ma'am. Start your camera and state your
Hello,
name.
can you hear me?
This is actually a sovereign citizen we've seen before in this same courtroom with Judge Perkins. This is courtesy of old Squishy Gardener's Court Watch, by the way, but we've seen her in some previous hearings.
Start your camera, please.
I'm trying to figure out how. I just had it right before. Oh, okay. Hello.
All right, state your name. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
State your name.
I am Destiny Raven Graves, the beneficiary of the estate name Destiny Raven Graves. I am here on special visitation.
Reminds me very much of the name of the main character from that terrible Harry Potter fan fiction from back in the day. What is it? Something Darkness Dementia Ravenway or something. Ebony Ebony, darkness, dementia, something. Something. Ravenway, thank you. Ebony, darkness, dementia, Ravenway. We should read that together sometime. That might be fun.
To address the matters in my abatement. And I am here as a friend of the court, and I stand by God as my witness.
All right. Good morning to you. Today is the date and time set for a pretrial. I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Berry. He's going to attempt to get you an updated offer. Keep in mind, if you don't like the offer, you have an absolute right to a trial, okay? Join the room.
I'm sorry?
Join the room. Let us know what you want to do when you come out. We'll pass the matter. Is that Nadia Gilbert? Please, let's go back on the record.
You're
am
unable
not-
to engage.
I am not a client of his. He is very disrespectful. I am not a client of his.
What do you want to do, ma'am?
Dropping the attorney.
I would like to address the matters of my abatement.
I don't know what that means.
Did you
I
get
have no
the
clue.
abatement that I sent? You did.
I have no clue. I have no clue what that means. I have
You
no
don't know
clue what any of
what means again?
this. I do not know what this stuff means.
Can you elaborate on what you mean by that? You don't know what means exactly.
I'll elaborate on it.
The sovereign citizen stuff you're talking about.
Okay, well, I'm here to address the matters of my abatement. I have it here, right here. I sent it to you also.
Yeah, I have something that you sent to me. It has no basis in law or fact.
What doesn't have basis of law or fact?
Wasn't he the prosecutor and he was trying to offer a deal? I guess it's possible.
It's my abatement.
For some reason, I thought he was the defense attorney and she was trying to fire him, but you may be correct.
This is the abatement stuff you're talking about.
Can
Ma'am,
you
what do
elaborate
want?
on?
What do you want? I'm not going to sit here and waste people's time or my time. What do you
Yeah,
want? You want a trial date? Wait a minute. Don't talk when I'm talking. What do you want? You want a trial date or do you want an offer?
Do I want a trial date or what?
An offer.
An offer to resolve this stuff today.
I would like to address the matters of my abatement before moving forward. So we can
Go
do
ahead,
that.
Go ahead. Go make your record.
Oh, this is random. I didn't want to cover this today. Maybe another time. I did save it. But when I was at work the other day, I was researching, looking into more sovereign citizen stuff because sometimes I have extra time at work. And I found a presentation, like a PowerPoint that was put together for judges and other people in like law enforcement on how they should deal with sovereign citizens. It was kind of interesting, so maybe we'll take a look at that on stream sometime. It explains some of the behavior that we see from judges that we sometimes go, why are you doing this? Why aren't you being harsher on this? And after reading the presentation, I was like, okay, I don't always agree with what it says, but I understand why it's telling them to do it. So that'll be interesting to look at sometime.
Okay, so first I would like to say I am not a citizen of the United States Corporation. Therefore, I am not an employee of the United States. Who is subject to the status regulations defined to the IRS code, which applies only to the contract employees, to the U.S. contract employees. I am a woman. I was created by God with dominion. The creator is subject to the creator and nothing else.
Ma'am, your religious and spiritual beliefs, that is your right. It has nothing to do with the criminal matter before this court.
Is that it, ma'am?
I found my Freemason gavel, by the way, that one of you sent me. It took me a while, but there it is with its little... Hell yeah.
Well, as long as we can address the matters of my abatement.
All right, you've addressed it. You've made your record.
Sorry,
Right, so
Eastern Star says be tripping on it.
You can sit there all day. Pass the matter. All right, let's go call the city.
So she gets pushed to the end of the
All right,
docket.
Ms. Graves, let's go back on the record. I'm just gonna, I don't want to hear any more about this, this abatement or anything like that. All I want to know is, do you want a trial date? Where's Miss Destiny Graves? You don't have to consent to it.
Your Honor. But if you,
You don't have to. Let's stop. Let's get a jury trial date for this young lady.
excuse me,
Please.
I do not consent to that, Your Honor. But if you,
You don't have to. Let's stop.
okay.
Stop. No, don't
Okay.
say anything unless I speak to you. You don't have to consent to it. I'm going to give you a trial date, a jury trial date. You bring this stuff up amongst your peers and let them make a decision on it. Okay.
Damn, tell it to the jury. Woof. That tells you about how much confidence the judge has in any of the sovereign citizen arguments. Tell it to the jury. They'll tell you you're full of shit too.
Can I just say this?
No.
I do have
No.
the right to, I have the right to.
Ms. Graves, the judge said no. That means be quiet.
Okay. Jury trial. You said jury trial and what else?
It's a jury trial date. I'm going to set a final pretrial date to make sure that the
Fenekagami with 40 bits says, this feels appropriate for today. Maggie Mae Fish has a video about how true crime can have the effect of turning people ACAB. It talks about how basically cops are always the problem in true crime cases, as well as all the effed up ways cops manipulate the public. For example, about 40% of police budgets go to PR firms. Highly recommend. Is that true? That's disgusting. Yeah, Maggie Mae Fish is great. I've liked her all the way back since her days working for Cracked. Wow. Yeah, she used to work for Cracked. She's great. Definitely check it out.
officers appear on that final pretrial date, which will be the day before the jury trial date. If the officer does not appear on that final pretrial date, we'll dismiss the cases. If the officer does appear on that final pretrial date, we'll move forward with the jury trial.
Okay, so we're not addressing the matters of my abatement.
Is Cracked still a thing? It got bought out, and it's terrible, and it has been since it got bought out.
I've let you make a record of that, ma'am. That you mentioned nothing about what the court is supposed to do.
But there was a period where Cracked was great. There was like a 6 to 8 year period where they're putting out like really great stuff. Funny articles, good video series like After Hours.
Stuff. I told you the court doesn't even know what.
Speaking of old media, Watch Mojo is dying and it's beautiful. I've heard a little bit of that from Charlie on YouTube, but
It doesn't even know what you're talking about. This doesn't have anything to do with the Michigan court rules, Michigan rules of evidence, or anything. That's what the court follows. If you can't follow
Due
that,
process, I do follow. I follow the court rules because I'm following due process. I have the right to due process.
right, and we're giving you July 14th. That's your jury trial date, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah. July 14th.
remember when Cracked was a magazine competing with Mad? I miss Mad Magazine. I had a Mad Magazine subscription since I was like 13, and then they stopped selling Mad Magazine.
This is your due process, your trial date. July 14th is your jury trial
I'm
date.
asking for due process under the Constitution. That's what I'm asking for.
And that's what you're getting.
No, I'm not. Your Honor.
Ryan Cooper with a $5 super chat says, quick aside, your next body cam video should include the reckless Ben arrest. The unredacted body cam shows the cops illegally conspiring to add charges. Sounds depressing, but maybe. I do want to do one where it's all cops behaving badly shit, all ACAB stuff.
Respectfully, I'm not getting that.
All right, well, then you take it up with the appeals court or whoever you want to take it up with.
Okay. Because this is breach of the Constitution.
If that's what you call it. I don't
Okay.
call it the breach of the Constitution. I call it.
You're not allowing me to speak up for myself. You're
I did.
telling me what I have to do.
Listen, I gave you a chance to speak. I gave you a chance to address your abatement. I told you about the abatement and how the court feels about the abatement.
And that's what I'm
What
trying
else
to do, Your Honor.
say? You're not going to convince me by any more words, by anything else you have to say. We've been down this road many times with you. Okay. So say what you want to say. I'm going to set a pretrial date and I'll give you this time to say what you need to say and we'll move on.
Okay, so I'm gonna address my abatement now. Give me 1 second. 1 second. OICD, please. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna address the matters in my abatement. And
You support Reckless Ben's cause, but he's also an idiot. I'd agree with that, unfortunately. I've liked a lot of Reckless Ben's videos. They're entertaining. I liked when he went up against the Flat Earthers and stuff. But holy shit, is he a really ignorant kid. Holy fuck. He's genuinely probably fucked himself pretty bad because of all the really stupid mistakes he and his friends have made. Like, I get it. Fuck bricks and minifigs. I'm never going there again. But, like, he really fucked himself up there. Talking to the cops for, like, an hour. Jesus Christ, Ben. What are you doing?
that is, I respectfully demand civilian due process as required under the Constitution and equitable principle on which this nation was founded. All right, I will continue. Before this matter may lawfully proceed, I require clarification as to whether this tribunal recognizes my constitutional rights.
A tribunal, weird.
Including my rights of meaningful due process, my rights to face my accuser, my rights to challenge jurisdiction before any further action is taken. I have been issued citation without any verified complaint made under penalty or perjury by a lawful injured party. A citation issued by an officer without sworn testimony from an injured human being does not meet the constitutional requirement of an accuser. A court of equity will not proceed without proper parties. It should not.
Oh yeah, she's literally reading from a script. She bought this script from some other sovereign citizen guru, or perhaps had a chat bot write it for her.
Not done. Give me 1 second.
Reckless Ben is 30 years old. Okay, so we're like the same age then. I shouldn't even be calling him a kid. He's just a dumbass. Never mind. Feel less bad now. Okay, yeah. Again, fuck bricks and minifigs. Fuck those cops. Fuck the Mormon church. But yeah, that dude's 30 and he's acting like that for entertainment. Come on, dude. Come on, man. Come on.
There is no injured party, no sworn complaint, no damaged property, no affidavit of harm.
If I were an in real life judge and this crap came up, how would you deal with it? It really depends on how I was feeling that day. If they were at the end of the docket and I had time and I felt like it, I might interrogate some of their beliefs out of curiosity, but still make it clear that it's not lawful or it's not... The court does not recognize these legal arguments. If I was tired, if I didn't have time, I'd probably just be like, no, stop talking and try and get through it.
Therefore, there's no adversarial controversy of court to adjudicate. Accordingly, I petition for abatement until a sworn verified complaint is produced, jurisdiction is established on the record, my constitutional and equitable rights are affirmed in writing, and then we have the equitable basis for my abatement. The maximus of equity.
Ms. Horn, can you put your appearance on the record?
Yes, Your Honor.
Excuse me.
Horn,
Excuse me, Ms. Horn. Ms. Shetta Lockhart, please stop.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Ms. Horn.
Thank you. Tamika Horn on behalf of the City of Detroit.
All right. I'm just putting your appearance on the record because I'm giving Ms. Graves her due process with a jury trial, a right to a trial. Ms. Horn, the jury trial date is going to be July 14th. I expect all people to appear on the final pretrial date of July 13th.
Do you feel like chatbots would reject writing SovSit stuff? Not if you feed him enough SovSit stuff. Cameron uses it all the time to draft his SovSit filings. Other SovSits do too.
All parties appear.
To be clear, Your Honor, the matters in my abatement will not be addressed today.
On July 13th at 8:30. That's going to be the final pretrial date. So make sure your officers are summoned for July 13th and the 14th. I expect them to appear. If they don't appear, we'll dismiss the case.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. We will be ready to go.
Okay. And
Your Honor, can I ask you a question?
No, you don't ask me questions. You go ahead and finish making your record.
Okay. Okay, baby.
Are you
Okay,
done,
so
ma'am?
no, I'm continuing, Your Honor. Next choice of equity. Equity will not suffer a wrong without a remedy.
This is criminal, not civil. So bringing up equity is pointless.
Equity regards substance over form. He
Are
who
you just reading? Are you
I am reading
from?
because I want to make sure that I have everything, but I would like for you to hear my abatement.
Stop. Are
Okay.
you reading this?
Oh, it's literally a whole filing she already filed that is definitely formatted incorrectly. Look at those margins. Wow. Wow. Oh, it's all left-centered, wide right margin. What is this format? I want to vomit. Fennikagami with 40-bit says, also, Carmelo Anthony was sentenced to 35 years for stabbing a rival track athlete, and of course, despite this basically being one of the few cases of black-on-white crime any of them can cite, racists are claiming the case single-handedly debunks BLM somehow. They, of course, are all mad he didn't get the death penalty because, of course, none of them know how the law works. Why are they mad? Whatever. I'm very running out of space for the thoughts of racists in my head. I don't care.
That you filed? Is that what you're doing?
Your Honor, I am reading that.
Okay, so we don't need to go any further. I noted that you have this in the file. I placed this in your file. What ruling do you want me to make on this? What are you asking the court?
I am simply asking the court to address the matters of my abatement before moving forward.
I don't know what you're talking about abatement. I can't address
the abatement that I'm trying to read to you. That's my abatement. I'm asking for due process.
They're mad because they didn't get to lynch him. Yeah, you're probably right. And I don't even understand because, like, I don't recall, and maybe I just haven't stayed really close to that story. I don't remember it being like a big like race thing. Like, I thought that the facts of the case were relatively cut and dry, and there were like many witnesses, and many of the witnesses were also black. Like, I don't understand. I don't think this was a race thing.
Process. A proper due process. That's what I'm asking for. I'm asking for the judge and for
depressing as fuck. It's a depressing story. It's also depressing, yeah, that weird racists have to turn everything into a race thing, even in circumstances where it's not.
And the court feels that it's given you proper due process.
How do you feel that way if you haven't addressed any matters of my abatement?
Because I don't recognize, I don't understand that stuff. It doesn't have anything. If it's not in the court rules, if you can't
it's
cite
in the Constitution, Your Honor.
All right, cite the Constitution, cite the section of the Constitution. I'm not going any further with this. That your abatement or whatever that you filed is in the file. And
the matters were not.
That is in the file, and I've given you a jury trial date of July 14th at 9 a.m. I've given you a final pretrial date of July 13th at 8:30 a.m. If it's nothing further, Ms. Graves, I wish you the best of luck.
I would like to say something, Your Honor. I'm asking, for the record, I would like to know, will the matters of my abatement be addressed?
They've already been addressed.
And how did you address it? Can you explain it to me?
Like I said, I'm not explaining anything to you.
I'm asking.
Right.
Okay, so the part of my
Ms. Graves, this concludes this hearing, okay? That's all I'm gonna say.
So
Have a good
it
day.
will not be addressed. My matters will not
Have
be
a
addressed.
good day. If that's how you feel, have a good day. Best of
No,
luck to you.
I don't want to say how I feel. I want the court to tell me what's going on so that I can know.
This is one of the things that the presentation said, is if sovereign citizens ask you as the judge specifically to explain your ruling, you do not have to do it. It's just giving them an opportunity to try and continue to litigate the issue because they want details so they can argue against it. Which is not something you do. You can appeal it if you'd like, but you can't continue to try and litigate it after it's been ruled on.
Know how to move forward.
I'm not telling you what's going on. You go to the court rules and do that. Have a good day, Ms. Graves. Best of luck to you.
So my matters will not be addressed.
They have been. Have a good day, Ms. Graves. Last time I'm going to say it. Best of luck to you. And if you continue on, I'm going to hold you in contempt of court, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, right. Best of luck to you.
I don't know off the top of my head what she was charged with now.
Have a very good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh.
All right. Go ahead, Ms. Horn. Back I'm sorry, but I just wanted to make you aware of what you'll be dealing with on the 14th.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
All right.
Hope for her kid's sake, she realizes the Sovsit stuff is no bueno. Who do I want to cover next? I don't know how much of this we'll get through, but it's Kat and her boyfriend, and they went to some sort of local meeting and did their thing again. So let's see how this went. Ken's sister Sue, thanks for 7 months of subscription, says 7 months of great distraction from the hell we're living in. I'm glad I can be that distraction.
Hello, good men, women, sons, and daughters. This is Kat.
And I'm Aaron. And we are
Katerin.
You can't make up your own cutesy couple name. You're not celebrities. People don't know you. So why would they need to refer to you collectively? It's not a thing.
And that was Don't Bother, one of the newest songs right on Do Nothing Radio.
Yep, we are getting going on Do Nothing Radio. We even have a new song that came in called Order 66 from the Alex Rosen group with Predator Poachers, and we are now running that on Do Nothing.
Are they aware that Order 66 is a Star Wars thing? I grant you it's based on Executive Order... Fuck, what is it? Something 66. 66 is in there. It's the Japanese internment camp's executive order. But, like, 66 specifically is Star Wars. It's when they wiped out the Jedi.
Nothing Radio.
That's right. Shout out to the Polanski brothers. Great work. Keep it up. Truth and rhyme.
That's right. So if you get a chance...
That sucks if your last name is Polanski.
Let's go to Do Nothing Radio. It's on YouTube. We're on Rumble. I'm streaming it on.
Have I ever told you guys? You guys know my feelings on my parents and my dad's political views, if you want to call them that. Did I tell you that, like, he defends Japanese concentration camps? Like, as far as I know, to this day, and all throughout my childhood, I'd, like, bring this up to him in relation to other things. I don't even remember specifically. But whenever this would come up, he would justify it. He'd be like, no, it's fine. And this was, like, post 9/11. So, like, he was like, if we needed to do the same thing for Muslims, We should. My dad's a terrible, evil person. I'm so lucky I'm not like the biggest sociopathic piece of shit ever. He'd also talk about how, like, you should kill the families of people you're at war with and torture people. He's not a good guy.
Facebook and Rumble as well on my channel. So
you're just gonna call my father John because I don't want to ask his real name? Fuck John. John is his middle name, so you nailed it.
We're trying to.
It's also his dad's name.
Get the news, the word out about the corruption going on in Benton, Franklin County, but also Washington State. Our country and our entire planet is a big prison planet, and we didn't ask to come to this planet and be slaves, but lo and behold, here we are. And so we need to get back.
Prison planet, lovely. Ultra Undying says your dad is a shot short of a double-double. I don't know what that means.
Back to let's see, get back to it, get back to freedom, saving our children. That's why we're doing this. So we
it's so weird too, and I'm so sad. Sorry, this is like tangent. I'm really sad that my dad's dad passed away of cancer some years ago, because he was a good guy. He was a decent person who argued with my dad constantly about politics. He was a union member. He was like a decent guy. And he's gone. And that sucks. But on the other hand, I guess I'm glad he didn't get to live long enough to see his son completely fall into the Trump stuff. He was a decent guy. Benigami says, of course he would. Ice Glazers would all defend those camps if they were honest. Of course they also would side with the Nazis too, but they live in denial of that fact. And Ultra Undying says it means bug fuck crazy. Gotcha.
We are sponsor free. We're trying to stay clear of sponsors.
What's my favorite memory of my grandpa? We used to go to the movies all the time. Like, he'd take me to the movies. It's one of the big... Oh! That's probably connected to one of the reasons I like movies. No, he used to take me to the movies, especially, like, he moved to Florida with my grandma. And then every summer I'd go down and watch movies with him when I was there. Because we'd go to movies, like, multiple times a week while I was visiting. It was lots of fun. And one time we were watching Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, in theaters. I hadn't seen it yet. He'd already seen it, but he took me because I wanted to go see it, and he fell asleep in the theater and was snoring openly, and it was so funny. Like, I wasn't mad at him. He'd already seen the movie. It was just very funny, so... Those are some of my favorite memories, are going to movies with him, talking about him with the movies stuff.
We have some friends that we are, do affiliate stuff with, but we don't ever push that. And we are just thankful that we are here to be able to stand in the truth, because the truth doesn't matter. Until the truth matters, our children are not safe, period.
Goshel Gladio says, I now have the image in my head of your paternal grandfather being all, I want to give my son my name, but I have this strange feeling I'm not going to like him that much. So John for a middle name it is.
And so we went, so this last week, there was no Benton County Commissioners meeting. I guess this was a 5-week month, the month of May, 5 weeks. And today's the 31st, the last Sunday of the month. And I guess they took the day off. But I remember the commissioners the week before, they had showed up on an evening. So
the Franklin County, yes, indeed.
For Franklin County,
did.
yeah, they showed up in an evening, and I don't believe they're taking any breaks. So there's definitely a big contrast between Benton and Franklin County. But being a pattern recognition specialist, there are...
She doesn't have apophenia. She's a pattern recognition specialist. That's good. That's good.
patterns that we have been noticing since March 3rd when we started the two-tiered takedown, because there's no justice in the system. There is just us. And we are now using our voices, the instrument God gave us that we were created with.
Famously, Satan gave me my voice. It's how I get so many blasphemies out in such short amounts of time.
One thing that protects us, we're using it. We're using it for the children. We're standing in the truth no matter what. And, you know, so many people will say, oh, you got a target on your back and this and that. Do you know how criminal that actually is to think that there are people that are putting targets on your back because you're standing up for children and the truth? Is that insane or what?
It is insane to think that anyone is after you, Kat.
Well, if they had nothing to worry about, why would they be targeting you in the first place?
That's right. And we have judges and attorneys and people in the system turning a blind eye, and children are being harmed. Children are being, the worst things imaginable are happening to our children. And we found that we have Epstein ties here in Tri-Cities.
Epstein.
This is no joke. We're done playing.
It's actually Epstein's monster.
Politics. What does politics mean?
Many vermin.
That's not what politics means. That's not the etymology of politics.
Basically, yes, many, multiple, and then ticks are bloodsuckers. There's just tons of bloodsuckers out there.
How does she think she's standing up for children? See, her house got taken away and she's mad about that, and she's mad at the city council and the sheriffs for participating in that. So she has decided, whether she realizes it or not, in her head, because she hates them, she has decided, they must be pedophiles. I hate them so much, and they're not helping me, so they must actually be ultimate evil, so I can attack them as much as I want. So she's just kind of gotten it in her head that everyone she dislikes is a pedophile, which justifies anything she says or does to them. Just working backwards.
And they are stealing all of our energy. It's time that we, the people, say,
not our loosh.
No more. And we have to start learning who we are. We are sovereign souls of light. And we did not sign up, or did God?
Green guy with a tip says, her boyfriend looks like Tom Felton, or to Kat, he looks like Leonardo DiCaprio. I can see the Tom Felton thing. Aw. Algernon Dying says, Hannah, I need to hear you say... Why? I'll say it. I don't know what this is a quote from. Don't hate me, baby. That's just the way the devil made me. I don't remember what that's from. Is that from Nightbreed?
I believe, sign any kind of contract that I know of saying that I am a slave. Is there any contract like
we
that
never
with you?
consented? Well, we keep asking for this contract. No one can produce it, but they insist that we apparently signed this. Was it unknowingly? Was it when they stole our soul when we were babies?
Yeah.
No one stole your soul.
That cute little footprint where they stole your soul?
Yeah.
No, that's just a footprint so they can identify you if you get kidnapped, as babies sometimes are.
Is that when we signed the contract?
Right, because if that was the case...
Doesn't sound like full disclosure was given, making the contract unenforceable.
Nope, not at all. This is a two-tiered system of no justice. And all of this is done under deception, lies, and fraud. And these people in these black robes here in Tri-Cities and all across the country, in every county, are committing fraud. They are stealing children with no due process. They are stomping all over the Constitution, which protects our rights, but our God-given rights. They can't just steal our children. Who the hell do these people think they are?
CPS. They're not stealing your children. They're protecting your children from you.
We have been allowing this for way too long, and it's time that we start paying attention and start doing something about it. And one thing I want to mention before we get started is the court watching. we have been
He looks like her son. Yeah, there's a significant age difference between
seeing
them.
amazing.
They're into the twin flame thing, if you're familiar with the twin flame universe stuff. That's a whole other topic. I don't have time to go into that. It's not today. That'd be its whole own stream.
Amazing results from just sitting in there.
Sort of like a loose conspiracy cult. I'll just give a brief explanation. It's sort of like a loose conspiracy cult that involves believing that you have like a soulmate that they call your twin flame. It's a whole thing.
With our notepad and looking at these people, just watching what they do. They either push the case out, they do all these shenanigans, they stall the case, but at the end of it, they're following the law or following the Constitution, or at least giving parents access to their children now all of a sudden, because for years and years and years and years, that's not been happening. But they take a hard, heavy hammer on certain people who they feel are telling too much truth in this system. So
yes, you're telling too much truth, Kat. It's not that you're crazy.
The time that we stand up, we lock arms, and we
It's from an amazingly queer band. They were on the soundtrack for the Turning of the Screw movie. Thank you for the link.
Red Rover it over together.
And they get very nervous when they see someone feverishly taking notes, one of these court watchers.
Yes, and you said it's a song lyric from the amazingly queer band Starbender. The song is Witches Be Bitches.
I wasn't going to touch on this.
You have to say this. Just real quick, you've got to know the story.
Okay, and I'm going to name names too. So attorney Bryce Gillis, who apparently works for the Benton County Justice Center in some capacity. He gives a crap, but he got very nervous during a case that I was in earlier this week because I was wearing these and he was swearing up and down. He like interrupted the case, went over into the corner with the judge, Jackie Shea Brown, and was insisting that I had like James Bond spy glasses and that I was like recording the case or something.
It's not the craziest thing. A lot of sovereign citizens do that, and they're pretty weird-looking glasses. They're quite weird-looking glasses. So, well, yeah, I believe that that's not the case in this particular case. Those don't look like any camera glasses that I'm familiar with, and I'm relatively familiar with camera glasses for reasons I can't disclose to you. But I get why he would maybe be like, that's odd. Those are not typical eyeglasses. But I don't think they're camera glasses, no.
Bullshit. I'm not letting that go. I'm going to meme the crap out of it. And this guy's a buffoon, this Bryce Gillis, and he had another guy with him steal something. It was pathetic. It was absolutely pathetic. And again, it's when you put the light on the roaches, they scatter.
Yep, that's right.
That's what we saw this, I believe it was Tuesday.
Yeah, let me inspect these glasses. Let me make sure there's no cameras. Night lock. Okay, nope, doesn't explode. None of that. Nothing. See, this is the reason is because they pull shenanigans all day long. They will blame you for booby trapping your car if they're coming to steal.
Idiots have worn various forms of camera glasses in court. Yeah. I'm not saying they didn't. That's why I'm saying I understand why the lawyer was concerned. I just personally don't believe that these ones are camera glasses.
They will blame you for booby trapping your home when they're coming to rob you.
Yeah, booby traps are illegal. In America, you're not allowed to booby trap your home or your property. That is illegal because booby traps are indiscriminate. So if someone has a legal right to be in your house, for instance, like a police officer who has an arrest warrant for you or something along those lines, could be hit by the booby trap even though they are legally there. So no, you cannot booby trap your house or your property legally.
They're the ones who are thieves. And so they project that on people like us. And guess what? Just glasses. We both have our glasses. This has kind of been our thing. I mean, do you not watch our show or what?
No, they don't watch your stupid fucking show. I barely watch your stupid fucking show, and I'm deeply fascinated by this.
So, anyways, without further ado, I just briefly want to talk about what we're gonna see, and it's Franklin County Sheriff Meeting number 2. We attended the second meeting, so we're.
What if it's a prank booby trap, ultimately harmless? I believe that the definition of booby trap includes harm. It has to be something that would harm an individual, cause physical harm, stuff like that. So no, I don't. Like, you could put up a tripwire that, like, dumps a bunch of whipped cream on someone. Like, if they don't want that to happen, maybe that could be assault. I don't know. But if it's like a friend of yours and practically, you know, they're not really gonna care, yeah, the cops aren't gonna fucking stop you from setting up a prank.
We're going to touch into that because it's very important that people understand what's going on. There is a big distract, or there's a big act.
Home Alone tier is murder. You know that, right? Like, most of the traps in Home Alone, and definitely in Home Alone 2, would murder a real person. Surely you know that.
Act going on in Franklin County.
Suffering from cataracts, glaucoma, or blurred vision. Did you know your eyesight can be restored to 100% without laser surgery or expensive treatments?
Scam ad.
No, it's not a myth. A study conducted in our lab, independent of Big Pharma, has shown that vision problems are directly linked to a deficiency of just one mineral in your body. But now there's a solution, a new natural method that anyone can start tonight and wake up with perfect eyesight tomorrow.
They just really didn't bother with any
this simple
visuals.
Method was discovered by scientists at Oxford, who found that the real cause of your vision problems is
and it reminds me of mainstream media when they're all fighting each other, but they're on the same side. And so we've got the situation where the county commissioners are wanting guns from Sheriff Raymond. They're wanting some printers. They're wanting some money that went missing. And he is going to stand on the hill of the Constitution. And he is going.
Okay, I'm just going to skip ahead till they get to the meeting because they are just rambling.
Oh, no, we are in. And I appreciate the video. And here we go.
Go ahead.
You meant, again, mentioning civil disobedience. And I appreciate that, and especially with them coming after you directly and you not feeling like you're getting due process. That's what's going on, again, in our court systems. The Tri-City Herald mentioned that there was just some off-putting conversations going on that they obviously didn't bring up in their reporting because they're fake news. But the Constitution is a contract from we the people.
The Constitution is not a contract. It's a foundational legal document for American jurisprudence. It sets up the federal government, it sets up the structure of it, and it outlines the rights of people and states within the federal system. It's not a contract.
To protect us from enemies, both foreign and domestic. That's what you people take an oath of an office for. So what you're doing is very important for people to understand, to be able to stand up when the courts and the judges are not giving due process, and they're not giving
it's not due process unless she wins.
Truthful orders. They're signing orders that are harming people, harming you in this case personally. What do you have to say about the judges that you want to protect with the system, but they're also committing crimes against the people?
Well,
and you.
It's certainly a problem across statewide. So for me, or countrywide actually. So for me, I want all of this nonsense. I want it to go to the next level, which is, of course, the state Supreme Court, which is where I'm heading and what I'm trying to do. So they can rule. There's case law, like I say, there's the Constitution, there's state law, there's all kinds of things that say, nah, the picture that's being painted here is not. And I wanted.
So she gave a question that's entirely out of left field and had nothing to do with this particular talk, and he reined it back into the point of discussion that they're actually talking about. I assume she won't take this well. Real quick, Aldrin Undying says, "Hey Hannah, check out my mage character. I'm getting to play a mage. So excited." Let me see. Very cool. Very nice, yeah. Mage characters are a lot of fun.
To go there. Now, some attorneys are telling me they believe this will go. the whole thing will go to the Supreme Court at a federal level if it's rectified at the lower appellate levels. So that's where I believe it needs to go. I'm just standing here as the sheriff saying, look, I'm trying to follow the law. I can show you any topic, car, guns, bazookas, flamethrowers, taser cartridges. I can show you the inventory. I can show you what we have, don't have.
Right, but that's not what she's talking about. She wants to rant about her particular sovereign citizen problems, so if you could just let her ramble until she's satisfied, that'd be great.
So all these topics have been provided yesterday to Sean Sam, and ahead of all this taking place. So Sean...
Don't soft-sits usually think the sheriff is on their side? Yes, but she's already been in contact with the sheriff and stuff, and they've made it very clear that they're not into all her sovereign citizen bullshit, so she thinks that they're part of the evil cabal or whatever.
Sam knows. He knows what he's going to do. The question is what he needs to do. The question is he going to do it? Because it's all been front-loaded, for lack of better words, to him.
Just based on my experience, I would say he's not going to do his job.
Well, I'm willing, as Jim Raymond, the citizen, and Jim Raymond, the sheriff, I'm willing to stand and take it on the chin for a while until it all gets straightened out. Look, everybody be damned.
We went up and
yeah, we can do a cleanse after this
commissioners meeting, and on your behalf, asked them to please not use the court system as a weapon against you, because it's a weapon. That is what exactly it is, and these judges are not following the laws in our court systems here. And
it is an arena to settle disputes.
And so...
legal disputes.
We're here to make sure people are aware that the judges are not giving due process, which violates the 14th Amendment against families ripping children out of people's arms with no due process. In a 15-minute case, a child can be ripped out of your arms forever. So
says he starts walking around and handing out key fobs to people and completely ignores me from that point. I didn't know what he was doing until I watched this back. Kat does not understand that she is the crazy person at the local public meeting that everyone has to put up with because legally she has the right to be there. But everyone just is thinking, oh God, it's the crazy lady. So she doesn't understand other people's behavior because she doesn't see the context of the situation she is in from the perspective of the other people there, only from her main character perspective where she thinks she is right and she thinks that she is on some majestic crusade for justice.
So, yeah, anybody would like to report on that honestly and have some cojones, that would be amazing.
Oops, sorry. That's not a bullet now.
Just has bullet points in it. These guys back here, actually.
Yeah.
All of these guys.
Okay,
be honest.
I'm going to hang on to this one. Anybody that wants the USB, if you'll write, before you leave, if you'll write your name.
From my experience, filing a formal complaint doesn't do any good because you say we looked at ourselves and we didn't do anything wrong. So that's, I feel what Marcy's saying. And I want to talk on what Kat said a little bit too. You're complaining about due process.
I'm not complaining about due process.
I
have a right to due process.
We as citizens have a right to due process that we were not afforded many times, and through family court, and you and your deputies support the family court by taking children without warrants. And May 2 of 2022, I asked you a question you ignored. I asked you when you were running for re-election what your stance was going to be on the child trafficking.
It's all so small town, isn't it?
Through family court. This was at the Pasco Police Training Center at a Franklin County.
The weird thing about like local public meetings like this is kind of by the nature of how society is and these meetings. It's almost it's not intentionally set up, but it's accidentally set up to incentivize basically the craziest fringe people to show up for them. Because if you're just like person living their lives, you probably got to work a lot. You got kids, maybe. You got to balance their schedule with yours and after-school activities. Like, it really takes someone with nothing else going on to show up to all these meetings. You know what I mean? I feel like you're not getting a fair vertical slice of the population at these meetings. You know what I mean?
Republican meeting when you was trying to get an endorsement. You ignored my question. You wouldn't answer me. And I feel
you're basically going to get insane busybodies, the very elderly with nothing to do, or people with very particular bones to pick with local officials.
like this is what we've got going on now is a big distraction from the real issues in our county. I mean, you're talking a few guns, a car, I mean, Absolutely. Under $100,000 when, you know, and you were talking about you having to pay personally. I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars personally because my children were taken without a warrant and unlawfully.
Oh, how are you abusing your kids?
I can't stand in front of the county using county funds, you know, talking about.
So to be clear, those hundreds of thousands of dollars you spent were during the due process, right? You know, that the court stuff that you spent money on, that's the due process. You know that, right? Because you're saying you don't got no due process, but then you're saying, I spent so much money on my due process. Can't be both.
About it. We're individuals that we have to do that.
Well, I get to as a sheriff.
Congratulations.
You should run for office.
Should run for office.
What is your answer to that?
So the answer, I know his dilemma, for lack of better words, but the Franklin County Sheriff's Office did nothing wrong. They are executing orders from the court.
Unlawful.
That is the sheriff's lawful duties to do, is to do what's happening.
If the court rules on it, it's by definition not unlawful unless you appeal it and it's reversed at a higher level. It's been deemed lawful by the court.
We just delivered those kids at that time to the Child Protective Services. Beyond that, we have nothing to do with that. And I have no idea where that all is now.
Well, the court orders are against you. You know, you're not going to follow them. You're going to civil disobedience because they're unlawful.
Right.
Well, is it where is it in writing above the Constitution that these judges can steal or kidnap a child out of a parent's arms?
Sure, so it's actually not above the Constitution, it's in the Constitution near the end of the Bill of Rights. It gives states the ability to have their own rule over their sovereign area of the country, right? So state governments can set up their own agencies for a variety of reasons, and one of the agencies that most states have set up is something along the lines of CPS, right? Child Protective Services, that looks to investigate and take action in matters where children's rights aren't being upheld, where they're being neglected or abused by their parents. That's why the Constitution allows states to do that. Does that answer your question? Rick M with 195 stream streak says, but Hannah, it's not due process if the process doesn't go the way I want.
Without due process.
You do realize that the sheriff is not a judicial officer, right?
No, but you are, the purpose of the sheriff is to intervene on behalf of its citizens, and even against the...
That's... no, I wouldn't describe the role of the sheriff that way.
Police.
The sheriff usually runs the jail, and they are sort of the enforcement arm of the courts to an extent.
And that's not happening. That hasn't happened. This is why
let me before this all gets out of hand. Again, he's free to file a complaint about it all. It has to be investigated, and nowadays it has to be forwarded to the Criminal Justice Training Commission for another set of eyes to review all police investigations, internal, external, to report the findings, all those type of things that are certifications, to include mine, impact. I can tell you that I'm comfortable that I have not did anything take
Yes, Lady Ann.
any kids away without an order from the court.
Which are fraudulent.
Well, hey,
Why do you think they're fraudulent, Kat? Do you see the problem? You're just automatically saying they're fraudulent as if that is a definitive statement. It's not. You need to argue that. People aren't just going to be like, yeah, she said it, it's true.
they may be fraudulent, but I have in front of me an order from a court, and the law says I have to execute the court's orders.
But the law also says that you have to investigate cases, and there's a lot of cases that are now being investigated. I just spoke to a mom today that filed a police report, and I have the police report number also.
Which agency?
With Pasco Police, and it was a harassment, and the child was injured, and you guys did nothing.
No,
so,
not you guys, the Pasco Police. That's not the sheriff's office. I don't even know if what you have there are actually sheriff's office investigations, but we can find out.
But
that's so funny. She didn't know the difference between the police and the sheriff.
Here's the thing, though. We're here for what I think people are really tired of everyone throwing, because we come to the sheriff and then you throw us to the Pasco Police, and then Pasco Police will throw us to the judges and then the commissioners. And so as leadership, at what point do you say enough and let's just sit down and fix?
My neighbor reversed 20 years of smoking damage with tea. My neighbor smoked for 20 plus years. Always coughing, always wheezing, then suddenly breathing perfectly fine.
This should be
I asked him what
illegal.
happened, and he said, it's this honey tea a doctor teaches online.
Oh my, a honey tea a doctor teaches online. Oh my god.
It's really getting really tiring for everyone.
It's like Paul Verhoeven meets Idiocracy. Just tired.
No objection, but let's sit down and fix it. But
I think that would be more productive.
I still have to execute orders from the court, whatever they are, by law, by the Constitution, and so on.
They're not following the Constitution.
If we get, well, I'm not here to argue that one.
Yeah.
If we get an ex parte order or whatever the order may be, the deputies go out every day and serve them every day, so long as they're lawfully, legally signed by a judge saying go do this, then we execute the orders of the court. That's not the sheriff, it's not the deputy's fault, that's not Jim Raymond's fault, it's an order. Okay. If Pasco PD doesn't investigate what you think is appropriate, then your complaint lies with Pasco PD. If you have complaints against my deputies, then I investigate them and start that process. And we go through and look, did we follow the law or did we not? I think you'll find that Sheriff Jim Raymond, after 45 years, I've learned really well, you document everything, you put it in a case file, and you leave it there because someday somebody's going to need it. So I'm not saying that my deputies aren't involved, but you have to file that complaint, and I've explained that to you 100 times.
Well, and I brought it today so we can, so I can show it to you and you can tell me, but I do want you to know that we are with you. Like I 100%, but I also think that when orders are given and as you're choosing to disobey a judge's orders, that we as citizens too, and as community members, we also follow the Constitution that you follow.
Yep.
So there has to be some where we also have our sheriff back us up when we're in the same dilemma. Does that make sense?
Makes sense, but I just don't think you're understanding that I'm willing to help you, except for we have to follow the processes and we have to follow the law. Look, the Constitution says the sheriff does not have to execute any orders or arrests that he believes to be unlawful.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Sheriff, I have one more question for you pertaining to firearms. You had 36, as you mentioned. You've since turned over 30 of them. Why did you turn them over in the first place?
Because the judge ordered me to.
But now you're not going to comply.
No, you're confused. So the other guns that they...
I don't like this sheriff, by the way. I do find it fair to point out, it seems like he's actively trying to ignore, I don't know the context of what's going on in this sheriff's department, but sincerely, it does seem like he's ignoring some sort of court order because he just doesn't like it. What the fuck? You're the sheriff. How do you expect people in your county to follow the law when you are openly being like, I'm not going to follow this. It's inconvenient to me. That's shitty. That doesn't make sense. So also fuck this sheriff.
That they just want me to hand over are sitting in the armory over here. And when you go, well, which guns is it you want? They can't say because they don't have them. They're not registered to them, nor are the ones that they're carrying on their hips. Okay?
So why did you turn those over if it's an
Which
issue
ones?
and it's a liability for you?
Which ones?
The initial 30? It
Because
sounds like
the
the
judge told me to hand them back over.
So you complied at that point, but now you're not going to. Why is that?
I think you need to pay attention to what the orders were.
Yeah, and he's like not answering the questions quite directly.
To hand over guns in the armory right now. What I've done is I've provided the prosecutor of the county a complete inventory of all the guns that are sitting in our armory. Who has them, who has by serial number, all the things that you have to comply with. And I'm telling the Franklin County prosecutor, well, you know what, I don't care which guns you want to take, but we're going to follow the law.
Sheriff Raymond in the meeting hall.
Oh no, they made a bad AI song about it! Oh fuck! I hate. Why do they like this? It's shit! It's like audible diarrhea! What are we doing?
Sheriff Raymond in the meeting hall, talking Constitution, standing.
Oh, so this song is very literal about what we just watched. Okay.
We showed him the files, the traffic and pain. He said, court orders, boys, I'm just playing the game. Admitted he ain't got a...
Okay, this is not good. I hadn't really considered this. Holy shit. This allows crazy people to make, like... Oh no. Oh, how do I articulate this? Okay, so a lot of the ways that, like, in our head we solidify the significance of ideas and events and ceremony and meaning is through, like, art, through song, through poetry, through epic stories. And I feel like them taking their banal meetings with the sheriff or whoever and turning these into these terrible AI songs that are terrible, but to them feel like these epic stories of folklore of their long fight. It just works to make them much more engrossed in this little fantasy world that they have built. Every time they listen to this song, they're sort of repeating in their head almost a folklore story about their bravery and their actions. They're never going to be able to divorce themselves from these ideas if they're continually reinforcing them through a simulacrum of art, when that art, the real thing, is something that serves to cement ideas in your head. This is so bad. No. Did I see Derek Savage using AI for Cool Cat? I did. It's terrible.
I follow those chains, but he still took the kids in the pouring rain. Put on notice in front of the crowd. Now the theater laughs, laughing way too loud. Never been free, never been free. These codes ain't law, just a crooked decree. The land of the brave, the land of the free. They laugh in the back while they're humming our seats. From the sheriff's badge to the judge's gavel, they fight.
Generative AI is existentially very uncomfortable for me, and I don't like it. I don't like it. And I mean beyond, like, the economic stuff. Like, obviously, there's all the economic stuff I've talked about. Cognitive surrender. I'm not even talking about any of that. Strictly the existence of generative AI makes me deeply uncomfortable for existential reasons. Chitara says, doing what to our seeds?
While the children unravel, we read the Constitution they put on the show. Never been free.
Like, it's like in a movie or a story where an alien or like an eldritch being is trying to replicate something human, but there's no like correct intent behind it, so it's like unnerving or uncanny valley. AI stuff falls into that for me. And the fact that I know there isn't an intent behind it, but it's simply a complex probability algorithm carrying out its function, and it produces stuff that is, even though it's bad, it's recognizably bad, scares the shit out of me. Yeah, it's like the back rooms. Yes. Yes. Just a peach with $1 tip says the sheriff is losing control of the jail and the county wants the equipment associated with the jail guns and fingerprint scanner. Oh, okay. So he's just being like a little bitch about it.
And everybody knows. 2 public meetings I sat in the chair. Heard Chris bleed.
Intentionally.
Terrible. Don't clap at a fucking AI. Who you clapping for? There's literally no one in the universe to clap for in relation to that song. No one made it.
Oh.
Never been free. That was the first time you heard that.
Yep, that was a cold listen for me. Intentionally, I wanted to see that for the first time right here on the air.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Well, thank you.
This lady has been writing songs her whole life. It's a talent.
What the fuck? No!
I could never live up to.
No, I just sit down and it's just like start writing it down, make it rhyme, a verse.
I'm sorry, you actually wrote lyrics for that? For AI to sing? And it was still that bad? Do you people see why I think AI is so fucking bad, especially for delusional people?
Verse, a chorus, a verse, a chorus, a bridge, a chorus. It's all the same stuff, really, once you get to learning. And now,
now
that we have the tools to be able to do this, oh my word, we've got what, 24, 25 songs now?
I believe that was 24, not counting the karaoke version of 2-Tier Takedown, but 24, that's like an album and a half.
That's right. And if you come to the 2-Tier Takedown, to the meetings on Tuesday or Wednesday, you know, there may be a song written about your situation or about something that happened at the commissioner's meeting or at the sheriff's meeting. Wherever we go, we're going to be taking mental notes on songs to write. And if you are a do-nothing who does nothing for the people, then you might end up on do-nothing radio, casting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we're almost there. We've been casting it 2 to 3 days at a time. So we're going to have it set up so we can just cast that at 24 hours. And we were hoping that people would just subscribe, free music all day long.
It's all AI garbage. Why would they want to listen to your AI garbage? They could go produce their own AI garbage. Or imagine this, listen to real songs written by real people with emotional intent. Wow, imagine!
Getting out the truth, kind of like Schoolhouse Rock. We're going to start teaching people.
Get Schoolhouse's name out of your fucking mouth.
About the mortgage fraud, about the child trafficking, about the judges who are committing crimes against the children. You might get a song written about you. And so I think it's great. You know, I think that they probably, the Benton County Commissioners meeting, you know, they probably took a week off. I think they do that a couple times a year, but they were probably so happy that they didn't have to show up, even though Franklin County, they showed up and they had a meeting. So
okay, enough cap for the day. I do have to run and use the bathroom real quick. When I get back, we will be covering Brandon Joe Williams' brand new passport card. This is the Pickletarian, the head of the Amnesty Coalition, and one of the biggest Sovsit scam artist gurus out there right now. Look at that outfit. Boy, oh boy. If you're going to a Ren fair, great jacket. If you're cosplaying, great jacket. If you're playing D&D, great jacket. If you're just like being a person, that's a lot. That's a lot. But it's a choice he's made, and we'll live with it. While I'm gone, Chair will tell you about, what do I got? Vivarium. Chair will tell you about Vivarium. Solid cosmic horror movie. Check it out. Garot says, I hate cats so much. That's valid. That's valid. Is that movie the one with the gated community? It is. It's enjoyable. I like that movie. All right. Let's see what he's up to.
All right. Hello, hello, hello.
Phoenix Leftist, thanks for 70 bits.
Oh, to all my pickles and pickleettes, this is your absolute number one favorite racist cult leader speaking.
Lampshading.
Some very exciting news. We finally finished the passport. We are done. I have field tested it, not at the airport. Different bars, different places, nothing but totally positive feedback. It looks absolutely incredible. It looks as good, if not even
nothing but positive feedback.
Better than the U.S. passport card. So this is going to be the full release video. We're going to cover some background on the guy who's going to be making this stuff for you. We're going to cover information about the use of the passport, all this kind of stuff that you guys constantly ask me all the time. And it's just like, I just can't believe the level of ignorance people have on the subject. So we are just going to start from the beginning as if everyone is...
Is this the fool who recorded himself saying sue him or arrest him? That's the guy.
4 years old. So
the picture on the left looks like a green wiener. That is a pickle. His whole thing is pickles. It's like the theme of his channel. He calls his followers Pickletarians. Pickles are on his fake crest that he made. He wears a pickle suit sometimes, you know.
With that said, let's get started. So first and foremost, the guy who was making these, he has a business. It's called Phoenix Apparel. or Phoenix Appeal. I always get them mixed up, but it's really high quality stuff. I want to show you.
It's not a Rick and Morty thing.
Some of the stuff that he kind of made me. So he is a pickletarian. Obviously, you're going to see that here in a moment. But he just made me this stuff and just sent me this stuff as gifts quite some time ago. I want to say, maybe. So this is 6'9", guys. I'm recording this right now, 6'9". 6'9", whoop whoop. But this is, I want to say a year and a half ago is when he sent me.
Green guy says, I picked 7 cucumbers from my garden. You should pickle them.
Stuff. So I've had it here. It sits on top of my microwave. This is the United States of Pickle Federal Brine Note Dill, $4.20.69, $1. Dill $4.20.69. Let's see. In Brine We Trust, Series 2023. And the rest of it's just kind of gerbled up. It looks like it was AI generated, but it's super cool.
Looks like it was AI generated. It's just gibberish, but whatever. How embarrassing. I'm sorry, this is the same guy that made your passport? Uh-oh.
Cool. So it has, you can see the custom.
Starting to get the feeling the passport guy might just be using AI to make fraudulent passport.
He does a lot of custom work, okay? So I don't know how he does this. I'm not a whatever.
He made AI make a slop thing, and then he printed it, and then he put it in a casing. I'm glad I filled you in on that.
Carpenter. I don't even know what you'd call.
Am I a pickle poster? This is like the 4th time I've said it. Pickles are a theme for him. Pickles are a leitmotif, god damn it. Just accept it. That's the answer. Pickles are his leitmotif. Okay.
Someone who does this, artist for sure, no question about it, right? But there's sort of like you can see how it's put together, okay? So he makes all sorts of shit. He pours shit inside of other shit. I know that's a very complicated description. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. We've got this is my favorite. Well, let's keep the favorite for last here. Let's do these other two. Not to say these aren't cool. I really like these, but the other one's my favorite. So we have here, and I don't know if he sells these or he's just. This is not. I'm just giving you a background on the guy who makes the passport, so you guys can kind of get an idea as to how high quality this dude's stuff is, and how custom and how cool and how artistic. How we were able to achieve such an amazing product with the passport, because I'm getting more and more stuck up and highbrow about everything that we do and my products and my stuff. Originally, all the stuff that I sell, I thought was just going to be trash from China that we were all just going to like laugh and like wear for a day and it was going to fall apart. Turns out a lot of the stuff's pretty good. And then as we've made more and more passport cards and I got the embossed plates and it's like, damn, I'm living like a king pickle, right? So now it's like our expectations just keep going up and up and up and up.
Okay, let's go to when he reveals the stupid card and stuff.
See that on the DS11 form. You guys should already know about this. If you don't, I don't know what you're doing. Why?
He's selling these for almost $200, by the way.
Why?
I would really want one if I had a bunch of money just as a souvenir to have like a bullshit sovereign citizen ID as a joke to just have. But it's almost $200, so no.
Why can't it just be easy? Just give me the DS11, please. There we go. So, if you go down, you can see there's the book.
But then I'd have to give him money. Yeah.
And the card. And people are always like, book? Card. Book? Card. Both. Book? Card. I get a little irritated, guys.
It's good to insult your audience.
Because you guys ask me all these stupid questions. Now, this is a book. This is a card.
What is this? This is him pitching his new fraudulent sovereign citizen passport and passport card for sale.
Okay. Book? Card. And for YouTube likes to freak out about these kind of videos. Whenever I start putting passports in front of the screen, YouTube likes to go ape shit. It's like the only videos they've ever taken down of mine. YouTube, this is my passport. Mine personally, this guy right here. It's my own passport that I am. This is not a doxing. This is nobody else's passport. And this card is also mine, not anybody else's. I am willingly and knowingly putting my book passport for Slowjamistan.
I'm sorry, is he under the impression that he can, like, argue with the AI bots that look at YouTube videos? You can't verbally explain yourself and have the bot take it into consideration.
And my card passport.
Oh, also, he says the fake nation they come from is Slowjamistan. Which is unironically a joke I find a little funny, and I hate myself for that.
For the Nation of the Amnesty Coalition in front of the camera, and I hereby consent to do so fully. Please do not take down my video. That's ridiculous. With that said, now, in American law, what is the difference between a book and a card? Now, I'm not going to put my U.S. passport card in front of the camera because that will probably really piss off whatever, YouTube or whatever. So I have my U.S. passport in my hand, card. So I have the U.S. version of this in my hand, in my other hand right now. I'm going to read the back of it. Valid for domestic air travel. International land and sea travel between the U.S., Canada, Mexico, and the Caribbean and Bermuda. Not valid for international air travel. Why is the passport card not good for international air travel?
Doesn't have the thing for them to stamp. There's no place for them to stamp.
I don't know. I don't know the answer. It lacks.
You are selling people passports and passport cards, and you don't understand why you need a full passport for international travel. Kind of seems like you're not very informed about this stuff. Not informed to make your own. It's not even like being informed is the primary qualification for this. You're not a country.
Visa pages required for foreign entry stamps and does not meet the International Civil Aviation Organization global standards for international flight security. Maybe at some point we'll read more into this and see if we can kind of plug whatever this ICAO shit is into my passport or something. I don't know. We'll find out. Now, with that said, you cannot fly internationally with a U.S. passport card.
The way things are going, he might be our Secretary of State after next. Department of Transportation would be more his speed.
I'm going to read it again. Because I'm telling you, the amount of comments I get on this, it's like, dude, you don't even you don't even know what a passport is. Some of these people, I'm just blown away. So we are going to clean all this up. Because if I don't clean it up here on this video, I'm going to start getting all sorts of messages, and then you know what's going to happen. I'm going to tie myself to some train tracks and just end it all, okay? So let's read it again. Valid for domestic air travel, international land and sea travel between the U.S., Canada, Mexico, the Caribbean, and Bermuda. Not valid for international air travel. So, if you want a book, I saw a post that I just shared of someone getting their Slowjamistani passport stamped to either enter or leave France. And I think they were actually at the airport. Was it AI generated? Who fucking knows anymore? But people ask me, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I do this? Can I do that? Bro, I don't know. I'm just going to tell you the truth. I don't know. I really don't know. Now, can you travel internationally with any card? I would probably say no. Minimum, you would need a book of some sort. Even if you made your own, guys. Make your own book.
Do not attempt to make your own passport. This is literally telling you to commit a federal crime. Do not. This is a court order, by the way. Fuck you, I'm a judge. You're fucked. Do not make a fraudulent passport and attempt to leave or enter any country with it. My God.
It doesn't say anything about recognition. People, oh, recognition. That's not relevant. Recognition has nothing to do with it. According to Google, it lacks the visa pages
He's using the AI summary
required for foreign entry stamps. Make your own book. Print it off your computer. As long as it's got a visa section for stamps. Stand there and be like, it's got a visa section for stamps. Oh, well, your country's not recognized. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
It has to do with international law? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious?
18 U.S.C. 11 says right in it.
Like, does he understand that passports are part of, like, a complex system of international treaties that countries have with one another that have specific agreements for a specific country and whose citizens can enter just with a passport versus who needs, like, special visas and stuff? It's not just a document that's, like, for no reason. It's symbolic of real treaties and laws that exist. It is an official document that says who you are and where you're from and what treaties you are operating under as a citizen of that country. You can't make up your own country and passport because you don't have any treaties with any other countries. The passport means nothing. It's not a stand-in for any agreements.
Recognition is not relevant. I'm at peace. What's the fucking problem?
The problem is you're not a country. Fuck you, you crazy bastard.
I don't know what to tell you yet.
Brandon, how many court cases have you won? And is it more or less than 0? Or is it 0? Oh, wait, it's 0. Okay.
Does it work? Does it work? I don't know. It all depends on what you want to do.
Give me $200. I don't even know if this is going to work. What a pitch. What a pitchman that Brandon Joe Williams is. Give me $200. I'll give you this shit. I don't know if it'll work. Fuck you. Give me $200. Alton Undying says, now, Hannah, there is one man who can make his own passport.
If I go to the airport...
Wait, who?
And I fly, and they don't let me fly with it, then I'm going to start suing people. I don't know. It'll work eventually. I'll make it work. I mean, really, what I want to do is make all this shit work without having to use a fucking ID card at all. That's kind of where this is all headed. But anyways.
All right, well, that's not going to happen. Spoilers, so don't waste your time doing that. Terradona says, Sovset Guru tells on themselves on the bingo card.
I think the ID card thing is kind of cool, but to tell you the honest truth...
Hannah bullies you for free. I don't bully you. I don't even like to bully people. I like to get bullied. There's a difference.
I kind of want to partially...
I'm not bullying people. I'm just a bitch sometimes. There is a difference.
Phase it out here over the next year. Like I've been telling you guys in a lot of the videos I've been doing, I don't know what it is about this whole practicing law without a license thing, but it just blew up.
She's more into lecturing, chat. I know. I'm insufferable.
My head. Like, I don't know, the last...
If it makes you feel better, I lecture myself in my head a lot, too, so... I'm not free of my moral judgments. I'm swimming in them, and I am drowning.
Line that was holding together whatever fear or apprehension or anxiety that I had just exploded for whatever reason. I mean, it was like my mind expanded into the universe. It was just really big for me for whatever reason. I don't know why. Very big. So I would like to see really no IDs personally. But you get into a bar, you want to do this, it's like quick, it's like easy, fuck you. I've been doing it a lot for bars, stuff like that. It's very effective. Now, if you want to get a book, you can go to the shop at the Republic of Slowjamistan, Citizenship.
I don't think I've looked at that website, actually. Hold on, let's look at the Slowjamistan website. This is his main page, one stupid fuck. This is his main website. Very Web 1.0-y, kind of odd. Let me see, where are his links to his other stuff? Slowjamistan. The Republic of Slowjamistan. There it is. The world's newest nation. You can become a citizen. Oh, they have a TikTok. What's on the Slowjamistan TikTok? Lilac Rosenberg says, can the next tip goal be you having a huge collab at the end of the year instead of Pissmas? With who? Who would want to work with me? I'm not friends with anyone. That link doesn't work anymore. That's sad. What about YouTube? Oh, they do have a YouTube channel. Oh, they just have AI fucking slop radio now. Are all these losers trying to start their own AI slop radio stations? Terrible. Anyway, sorry.
Ship is free, and you're going to go down, and there's two types of passport. There's a normal one, and there's a diplomat one. Obviously, I have the diplomatic one. I forget the rules for the diplomatic one. You might have to be... Wait, what? Oh, blank data page, no phone, no photo. Okay, well, look at that. That's kind of a cool offer he has here. So
it's a passport with no photo.
This is normally $60, but it's $20, but it's not customized with your information. It's left blank. So you can just fucking tape your own shit in there if you want. I don't know.
It's not a real passport.
Fuck it. If you don't have a whole lot of money or notes, I guess he offers this as like a cool little blank.
Phoenix, you didn't say anything wrong.
Page. You can do that if you want. Let me see here. I don't offer a book. It's a lot of work to get the books put together. I actually was going to work with the Sultan to put together my own books. He offered to walk me through the whole... He's the nicest guy ever, guys. Like, you have no idea. He's literally the nicest dude ever. Like, probably one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life, honestly. And he's like, yeah, bro, I've got Indonesian, this and that, and I'll help you, and this and that, and I'll walk you through everything, and this and that, and all the stuff. And so I could make a book. I may make a book at one point in the future, but it's just not on my priority list, guys. It's just a lot of work for, I'm kind of trying to get the litigation stuff sorted out. It's kind of like my main concern. Anyways, here's the...
Hasn't won a single case. Okay, that's enough Brandon for today. Just wanted to show you guys he is continuing the grift. Just keeps going on and on. Here's a quick one. This is only about 4.5 minutes.
Locke, is that you on the Samsung? You are muted, and I hit a button to ask you to unmute, and I'm now hit something to ask you to start your video. There you are. How are you doing today? Are you Mr. Locke? I don't know what's going on. I should be in there. I will hit a button again to ask you to unmute. There.
There we go. All right.
Are you Mr. Locke? Ryan? Are you Ryan? Because I'm going to tell you, I need to understand who you are, because when I saw you at the last hearing, you were in custody and you were really, really tiny. So I need to be able to know, so I can put your picture of your face in my head to associate things. So I am speaking with Ryan Locke.
Object.
Sir, well,
Literally, she just asked if you're the defendant, man.
so I am speaking with Ryan Locke.
Object.
No, what do you object to? What do you object to there? I would pay money to hear you try to construct a legal justification for an objection to being asked if you are you.
Sir, well, if this is the route it's going to go, and I think I've been very super fair to you, and with your bail and with all of those other things, if this is how it's going to go, then I will never allow you to be by Zoom again, and we can get a warrant and we can go that route. So if you want to cooperate and you want to participate and be nice to me as I am nice and respectful to you, we can go about it that way. How would you like to go about it?
I am trying to speak, and you are.
Oh, God damn it! She tried so hard and got so far, and in the end, it didn't even matter.
All right. So here's the thing. Nope, I'm letting you speak, and you want to speak and tell me all about your contract and how you're going to hold me responsible.
I'm not contracting anybody. I'm not saying any of that.
Well,
I'm just
then-
trying to speak my
So then tell me.
constitutional rights. That's it.
On your birth certificate, did your parents name you Ryan Locke? Yes or no? And I did grant you leniency, Mr. Locke, to appear by video. I have every right to never allow that to happen, ever. You understand that? Yes or no?
I'm asking you. Can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Yes.
No.
Not unless you answer my question. Do you understand what I said? Yes or no?
I object, and it sounds like the court is trying to get me into their jurisdiction.
All right, we will go on the record.
You are in the court's jurisdiction already. Look at her make an order.
The matter 26 CF 46 26 TR 306, State of Wisconsin versus Ryan Locke. The state appears through District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. We have Emma Hanu appearing in person. Ryan Locke appears by video conferencing. He did call and ask permission of the court. He was being a cooperating individual and human being. However, he is failing to cooperate here today.
He's just stun locked. Look at him.
Therefore, the court is stating on the record, at no time in the future, at any time whatsoever, Mr. Locke, may you appear by video conferencing or telephone. Your hearings will always be in person hearings. With regards to today, the court will quash the warrant. I don't have to do that, but I'll be nice and I'll quash the warrant. I'm resetting it to another date and time. Ms. Hanu has asked to withdraw. I usually ask for information and go into it. I'm not going to today, Ms. Hanu. You may be withdrawn. The court is going to reset this to another date and time. You were legally served. I have all of that information, so I do know that because you were in my custody and the court did give you leniency, did modify your bond, was trying to work with you, Mr. Locke. However, you refused to work with the court, and the court finds that to be completely disrespectful. Therefore, I am setting this.
Oh, he's muted. She must have muted him.
Another date and time. Mr. Schmidt, is this a your case or a Belay case?
It is Assistant District Attorney Billard, Your Honor.
That's correct.
All right.
He's trying
so
to
what
talk.
I'm going to do here today is I am resetting it for May 27th in person.
He's still saying I object. I got it. If you could read his lips, it was definitely an I object.
At 2:45, May 27th, 2:45. We shall see you then. I strongly recommend that you call the public defender's office and you get another attorney appointed.
Why are you muting me?
To you. I'm resetting it. Thank you very much.
please?
We are adjourned.
Object.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
please?
We are adjourned.
Object.
Bye.
Bye. Good stuff. Bumble Homestead with the 90 stream streak says, this reminds me of when that one kid finally got on the teacher's last nerve. Yeah, that kid sucked. Oh, we should probably look at one of Melanie Fletcher's filings, shouldn't we? So Melanie Fletcher, the sovereign citizen that lost her house in Texas recently, she believes that she exists within the Republic of Texas, which has not existed in quite a long time, but that doesn't stop her from believing she's a part of it. She lost her house. She's pretty crazy. She keeps trying to get it back, despite it being foreclosed on. Here's some of her nonsense documents to the court. Let's read this one. Take a drink real quick, because I'm going to be reading. This is R.E. Rebuttal of Presumption and Assumption, letter dated May 27th, 2026. Clarissa Hodges, clerk. Caitlin, deputy clerk. Demand for performance. Return land house correct records. Clarissa Hodges, clerk. Caitlin, deputy clerk. Being duly declared and affirming this from without the United States per 28 U.S. Code 1746 and under the penalties of perjury under the laws of the United States of America and from without the United States of America, declare to you individually and personally and in your capacity as officers having limited delegated powers, rebutting May 27th, 2026, Clarissa Hodges, clerk, letter 2 points enumerated, point by point, all are moot. This letter serves as a demand for performance. So she is saying, everything in that other document is bullshit. Now you listen to me now, clerk. You do what I say. She is also on the back of all of these. You can see in the top right-hand corner, she does the sovereign citizen thing of writing in a 45-degree angle over the stamp. I have typically seen that in red. She did it in gold for some reason. Maybe she believes it has something to do with the star in the Texas state national flag, because they do appear to be similar in color. It might have just been a random choice, though, too. And then on the back, oh, she also wrote at the bottom, by special divine appearance. This is a David Straight thing. And on the back, she put a special stamp and wrote her name at a 45-degree angle as well. Page 2. 1. The trial clerk responsible for preparing the record in this appeal has informed this court that payment arrangements have not been made to pay for the clerk's record. Secured party creditor, referred to as appellant, has tendered to the trial court on March 3rd, 2026 in the state of Texas Supreme Court, silver surety bond certificate for any and all payments. Further, this is the first time secured party creditor is informed that a payment is required for the clerk's record. Secured party creditor has been uninformed of said record. So basically she's saying that she tendered, what was it, a silver surety bond. They're saying that they can't put her stuff on the record that she filed because she didn't pay for it. She is claiming, I gave you a silver surety bond, so you have to give me the thing, or you have to file it. I would assume that that silver bond is probably fraudulent, because Sovsit, but if it is not, they are not required to take a silver bond as a form of payment. They can require cash, because of course they can. Secured party creditor has been uninformed of said record. If tender of payment of an obligation to pay an instrument is made to a person entitled to enforce the instrument, the tender is refused, there is discharge to the extent of the amount of the tender, And per ORS 81.010, effective unaccepted offer in writing to pay or deliver an offer in writing to pay a particular sum of money or to deliver a written instrument or specific personal property is, if not accepted, equivalent to the actual production and tender of the money, instrument, or property. The latter here operates via the rule of paramaternia in other states. So what she is saying is, I attempted to make payment with my silver bonds and you didn't take it, so basically it's paid anyway. You refused my legal tender or my legal payment, therefore I don't have to pay you at all. Not true. At least in this particular case, because of what she's doing. A person entitled to enforce an instrument with or without consideration may discharge the obligation of a party to pay the instrument by an intentional voluntary act, such as a surrender of the instrument to the party, destruction, mutilation, or cancellation of the instrument, canceling or striking out of the party's signature, or the addition of words to the instrument indicating discharge, or by agreeing not to sue or otherwise renounce rights against the party by a signed record. 2. Accordingly, we will dismiss your appeal for want of prosecution unless by Monday, June 8th, you make arrangements to pay for the clerk's record and provide this court with proof of payment. Secured party creditor, referred to as appellant, has tendered the trial court on March 3rd before June 8th and the State of Texas Supreme Court silver surety bond certificate for any and all remaining payments. Further, this is the first time secured party creditor is informed that a payment is required for the clerk's record. There's no way that's true. You filed stuff with the county clerk before. You know it requires money. What are you talking about? There's a filing fee. Secured party creditor has been uninformed of said required payments, or rather, record requirements. Then she cites more stuff under the UCC and ORS about payments and discharging debts. This is the similar thing where she's saying that they should discharge the debts because they're not accepting her silver documents. And then it says, in closing, trial county clerk, each court has been tendered silver surety bond certificates for required tendered payments. And then there's a certificate of service. So she is trying to argue that they should take her silver bonds as payment, and they're disagreeing. Surprise. Do we need to go over this one? Let me see. This is another something she sent to the court. Similar writing across the stamp. Stuff like that. All right. Why is she writing at a 45-degree angle? It's a sovereign citizen thing. I think it's so that if you're writing over something, it's still legible. Because if you were to write over something in a straight line, it gets garbled and it's hard to read. At 45 degrees, it's a little easier. I could be wrong, though. I don't know if they have some mystical justification that they believe is the reason. Not exactly sure. Because I think it was part of an old, document thing so that you could tell it wasn't part of the official copy. It's like a different thing on top of it. So maybe they've adopted that. Anyway. Being duly declared and affirming this form without the United States per 28 U.S. Code 1746 and under the penalties of perjury under the laws of the United States of America and from without the United States of America, declare to you individually and personally and in your capacity as officers having limited delegated powers, secured party creditor, living woman in the private, lives in America, on the Republic of Texas soil and land jurisdiction informed, provided conditional acceptance, corrected records, etc. to both Tarrant County JP1 Court, Ralph Swearingen, presiding judge, Tarrant County Court at Law, number 1, Don Pearson, LB Construction, Larry Branch, attempting to resolve this gross clerical error as evidenced in Tarrant County records before misjudgment could possibly happen. So this is her trying to get her house back. This is the actual document that she's trying to file that says, hey, you didn't have the right to take my house and foreclose on it. Give it back. PMI Private Mortgage Insurance entered a clerical error of a foreclosure for a mortgage lien with a Melanie Fletcher, TM, copyrighted. Trademarked and copyrighted, huh? Wow. That's impressive. I don't think you can copyright a name. You can't. Okay, whatever. For 8050 Mount Shasta Circle, Fort Worth, Texas, lacking a mortgage lien contract with Melanie Fletcher, TMC. How this all started was on February 3rd. A solicitor repeatedly kept coming up on my private land. The solicitor was a JP1 constable who trespassed on the private land of the secured party creditor, violated the state of Texas Penal Code 30.5, posted with purple flags and multiple no trespassed post signs. He left an unsolicited JP126E00109567 contract rolled up and attached with a rubber band on the doorknob from an unknown said plaintiff on February 6th, 2026. Secured party creditor returned service of rolled up contract on the same day to JP1 court at 3:33 p.m. as registered in the court recording, declining offer to contract. So first of all, the police are not trespassing on your property if they have a legal document to serve you. They can be there. That's not a trespass. You can't have a sign that says no trespassing and then assume that it counts for the cop serving you documents. They have a legal basis for being there, so it is not a trespass. You cannot trespass them for that. Also, it's nice that she's acknowledging that she received notice of the foreclosure as far back as February 3rd. She's been kind of back and forth about that, so. Let me see. Wannabe says, sovereign citizens sign or write specific phrases at 45-degree angles to signal that they are acting as flesh and blood individuals rather than their government-created corporate identity. In sovereign citizen ideology, it's believed that a person legal or capitalized name is a straw... I know about the straw man thing. It's not being specific about the 45-degree angle thing. Was that an AI overview, by the way? Feels like an AI overview. If it is, don't send me AI overviews of things. I think it's trash. Poco Carante says, about the movie Vivarium, do you consider it part horror and or does it kind of frighten you? Oh yeah, it's cosmic horror. It's a horror movie. It's creepy. Yeah. Anyway, what else? Let's see. Secured party creditor. Melanie Fletcher, woman in good faith, provided 2 bonds to both courts to settle any perceived claims. Silver surety bond for secured party creditor, creditor non-indigent bankrupt, the causa debinetti, not session bonorum, or a forma pauperis, duelist trust, Melanie Ann Fletcher, straw man, on soil and land jurisdiction of America, non-commercial state of Texas jurisdiction, private registered indemnity bond is on record with the courts for either bond to settle any purported claims. So she tried to send these same bullshit silver surety bonds in order to pay the foreclosure people? Oh boy, no wonder. Tarrant County records show that the mortgage loan a Melanie Fletcher had, TM, tendering payment, releasing the note in the year 2022, was with Freedom Mortgage, VA loan number 3900401036, matter of Tarrant County records, non-PMI, private mortgage insurance, for 8050 Mount Shasta Circle. Jimmy and Melanie bought 8050 Mount Shasta Circle, Fort Worth, Texas, March 5th, 2004, from seller PMI, private mortgage insurance company, settling previous owners' foreclosure debt who were Leland and Karen Oliger, holders of a foreclosure with PMI private mortgage insurance. By the way, I have been in contact briefly with someone who claims to be Melanie's former neighbor. I might contact them more, see if they want to talk or anything. But according to them, she's been a conspiracy theorist for quite a while. She got booted from their neighborhood's Facebook news group because she was continually being crazy. And it seems like this all got, according to the person I was talking to, yes, on Reddit, she's gotten worse. Like, after she got fired during COVID, this got worse. So. Yeah, I saw you talk to the neighbor on Reddit, too. Yeah, he was in the thread talking to people. The one that was stalking her? No, former neighbor. And, like, former before the foreclosure, I think, so. Anyway, Tarrant County records hold in record deeds, deed number, deed of trust, deed number, affidavit of heirship, number, trustee deed number, warranty deed number, certificate of acknowledgement, UCC number, all Melanie Fletcher TM copyrighted, deeds non-PMI. Issue question: does PMI Private Mortgage Insurance have a mortgage lien contract with Melanie Fletcher? Where is the PMI Private Mortgage Insurance mortgage lien contract with Melanie Fletcher? This is all part of whatever financing you were under last. Like, this is part of your mortgage. If you have the PMI insurance on it for one reason or another, because you don't have enough down or whatever, they are part of the mortgage you signed, or the refinancing document if it's a refinancing scheme, right? So they have a contract. I promise. Melanie Fletcher, nor do Tarrant County records have such a contract on record. It'd be your mortgage or your refinancing documents. There's no obligation of Melanie Fletcher to a PMI Private Mortgage Insurance for a mortgage or lien. If there is a claim for PMI, the title company who did the insurance policy for 8050 Mount Shasta Circle, Fort Worth, Texas, would be responsible for tendering payment to PMI to resolve said claim. Is she confusing homeowners insurance with mortgage insurance? It kind of seems like she doesn't understand. Yeah, okay. I think she doesn't understand the difference between mortgage insurance and homeowners insurance. So she doesn't understand what's going on. There's a lot of things she doesn't understand, but that section makes me think she thinks PMI was something to do with home insurance and not mortgage insurance. It's a different thing. Anyway. Timeline facts of the case. Tarrant County records, state of Texas records, federal records record the failure to hold valid contracts mortgage lien by PMI Mortgage Insurance, Tarrant County, LB Construction, and Larry Branch. 2. Required financials and contracts provided to secured party creditor Melanie Fletcher, living woman, in the private, who made many efforts to resolve issue with Mary Louise Nicholson, Aaron Strickland, Maria Salazar, Daniel Alford. B. Tax Office Rick Burns and Tad Board. C. PMI Mortgage Insurance. D. LB Construction. E. Larry Branch. F. JP1. Court judge swearing in principal and agents. G. County Court at Law number 1, Judge Don Pearson, principal and agents. H. Tarrant County Sheriff Bill Wayborn. I. Tarrant County Police Eddie Garcia. J. Tarrant County Constable Dale Clark III. K. Commissioner Manny Ramirez. L. Tarrant County Judge Tim O'Hare. M. Etc. 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 Oh, she's making friends all over the place, huh? Etc. 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 Alted Undying says, I think I finished my mage, the Ascension Mage. Please enjoy. Let's take a look. Oh, that's a good look. I definitely like the, like, crown sigil thing. Very neat. Good design. Wow, she really just goes on, huh? She needs help. Where is her family? Come on. The common law is the real law, the supreme law of the land. The code, rules, and regulation, policies, and statute are not law. It's just full of citations I see all the time. Well, that's not going to go anywhere for her. Alright, what else do we have? What time is it? Let's try this one.
Hello, everyone.
This is another Savsit guru grifter. This is a live show she started doing recently where she takes question and answers. I haven't seen this, so we'll check it out. Altered Undying says the character is Russian. It's based off a classic Russian headdress. She is a non-possessor. Nice.
This is Gianna Maselli, founder of the Legal Fockery University. Welcome to our Monday Zoom. We are at the new time at 7 p.m. So far, so good. I don't see much of a difference, but I'm willing to keep going. Sometimes people just don't realize we made some changes. Welcome, Patty, our silver stacking expert.
Hi.
Hey, Patty girl, how are you?
Good. How's everybody doing?
We are so fabulous. I have like a new way I'm conducting meetings now. Well, not meetings, but the Zoom, still people coming in. I want to talk about some fun things. I am busier than a one-armed paper hanger since I am a paralegal now because it's amazing and I love it because we learn so much. We are so fantastic and so advanced from any other so-called freedom group. That's why I get offended. I will, like, people tag me with the pickle idiot, and
Brandon's reputation precedes him.
really only him because he's such a dork. But we have evolved so much, and I really appreciate my OGs noticing. So let's talk about what's happened in just
Let them fight. Dun 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 dun.
1 week, you guys.
Why is she stretched looking? I don't know. Something to do with how she set up her streaming thing. Because, like, I could theoretically do that, too. Like, look at this. Watch this. This is really stupid. Oh, wait. That's incorrect. Hold on. Let's try this again. See?
Since I have instituted some new protocol to really talk to the new people, 18 people are new to the university. Okay, welcome all the 18 people. And there's something else to announce to you tonight. Well, I'll go in this order. I'll go in the order of my chart here. I have been promising that I've been digging into the property tax situation, even though I don't own any property. But that is a 400-year-old albatross. I know Patty's done some digging, and it's very difficult to get rid of unless the state gets rid of it and the counties. Patty, you did some research. What do you have to contribute, darling?
I did. They're all statutes.
Yeah.
Those things that are passed by the legislature. Laws.
It's violating our rights. It's definitely a movement we need to keep up. But what I did do this week is create a class about how to lower your property taxes, because I think there's a lot of people that are unaware.
Trash the neighborhood. Start taking off, like, pot shots in the neighborhood at 3 a.m. Just like, pew, pew. That's a joke. Don't do that.
That there are a lot of...
Or at least use blanks.
Opportunities available to lower your property taxes. So Patty, you went through that class and you liked it. Do you give me a thumbs up?
You feel like this is targeted at women? Yes, the few women Savsit gurus do tend to find themselves with more women followers. There's a few of them. Lenka Coloma, this woman, Gianna is her name. I don't cover her a lot. And, maybe Kat. Kat's not really big, but I would imagine Kat has more women as followers than the average Savsit guru. Because a lot of the Savsit stuff is kind of a sausage party. A lot of it is dude bros being dude bros. So that could be off-putting for a lot of women for obvious reasons.
Oh, yes, I would give yes. It's pretty
thank
good.
you. Thank you. So I'm going to launch that class. And there's some people that were in our other property tax class when we had who here, who shall not be named. And so I'm going to move those people into the class and let them run through it and get more feedback. And I feel good about it. And we will open that up to all of the university. I had my brother go through it, so I got, some good intel and good results back. This is how many people exited the IRS this week.
Oh, new felons. Yay.
9. 9 new people have entered freedom and put their courage to the test, not to the test. Once you get through the class, it's very easy. So I do have a free class, free master class called, what do I call that? Oh, how to lawfully exit the IRS by exercising your rights. We're not doing anything that's tricky. There's no loopholes. The loopholes are on them. And because of this topic being such a hot topic this year with the Somali fraud, I took a class. I spent
She's falling for right-wing grift politics, too. Lovely.
3 nights taking a very boring class that will not help my life. Well, maybe it will. On IRS deduction fuckery, as I like to call it, just so I could.
You know you can say fuck on the internet, right? You're like in your 40s. Say fuck. Oh my God.
Be aware and
she did, Juliet.
Have conversations, because sometimes I am in rooms with people who are CPAs and they don't know stuff. They go through training. We want you to learn the IRS. It's only for taxpayers, and almost nobody understands when you're a non-taxpayer.
Oh God, maybe we do need to cover this lady more, because she's definitely gonna go to jail. Holy shit.
All that nonsense doesn't apply. But there's this movement on social media that, since the Somali fraud, talking about just don't pay. Okay, it's part of the equation. It's part because you're violating your 4th and 5th Amendment rights by doing so. But if you've been in the system, you will get what I like to call scary letters. And you're not going to know how to respond to those scary letters. I personally craft your letters for you because we have all the responses written and we have uncovered what they do. So even though you exit, you might still get these letters, and there's not 100% rhyme or reason of who gets what. You have what's called the master file that's in a horrific old antiquated computer system that allegedly is being doged and upgraded, but we'll see. And the IRS has lost 30% of their workforce. There's a video going around saying they put all this money. No, they didn't. They didn't. Stop it. I research everything before I talk about it. So the staff is down, which really doesn't matter because we're doing everything by the statutes and exercising our rights and building an administrative offense and defense. And no one else is doing this. Payman from Freedom Law School, when he's been on Marjorie Taylor Greene and some other Dinesh D'Souza, some prominent podcasts, the guy is an idiot. He has 30-year-old antiquated information. I'll give him a little props for being an OG, but he did not influence me to exit the IRS. Only God did. I never heard.
Man, God forgot about that render unto Caesar bit, huh? That's a shame.
Of anybody exiting the IRS when I did it. I just did it because God told me to do it when I read the form and didn't want to commit perjury. And everyone who has signed that form commits perjury, which is 3 to 5 years in prison and $500 to a $100,000 fine. I did it all by myself at my kitchen counter when I was 32 years old, which was a long time ago, 26 years ago. And so that's what we do. So I've got 9 new people free.
Oh, she's in her 50s. Not bad.
And then I've done a lot of administrative tax work. We always learn when we dive into these letters. So that's why I know more. Let me finish about Payman. So when he was making his rounds, we called. Patty and I both called. Well, what do you do about a lock-in letter? Oh, we don't have anything for that. That is not covered under their mafia guarantee. And I call it a mafia guarantee because you pay Payman every year 30% of what you would have paid the IRS based on your income. That's a lot less than I charge, and you exit with me. And so the lock-in letter is not covered. We got lots of people coming in tonight. We started to investigate it, and we have it covered preemptively and postemptively. So we have a gal fighting a lock-in letter that she got before she entered
postemptively
the university. She's been fighting it for a while, and they're taking $800 a week out of her check. It's worth fighting for. Even if you don't want to file, who wants to give up that kind of money? And so through that, we realized she had an unknown penalty abatement request because the IRS does not speak English. They speak legal fuckery on these forms. And it wasn't until we got into it together and started to do some research that we discovered what it was. And what it was for a year she filed. So that's a closed contract. And after the filing, 2 places attached 1099 income to it. And all this time she didn't know. And the letters are not clear. So that's why my IRS class is the best and why I walk the earth the way I do, because I know what I'm doing and I seek to have the knowledge.
She needs to get arrested. She's legitimately harming so many people. Like, I don't care how many people actually follow her advice. Every single one is in major trouble. So that's not good. Jesus Christ. All right. Are we going to do anything else before we call it a night? Maybe one more rambling? One more rambling from Melanie? I don't think she has any more reels right now. Let me double check. Nope. So let's read a post. Which post are we going to go with? Let's read this one. She posted 22 hours ago. This holds true of the courts as well. They only see and hear whatever can be used to benefit their corporation. If Miranda rights were real and honest, they would read something like this. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. We can and will only hear, believe, and report the things that you say that we can use against you. If you say anything that justifies what you did or proves you're not at fault or have any evidence that proves your innocence, you will be promptly, I assume what she meant, ignored, and we can all act deaf, blind, and stupid. If you can't afford a lawyer, you'll be appointed a lawyer who's either completely incompetent or works for the prosecution, who will also act deaf, blind, and stupid when hearing words or evidence that prove your innocence. If any cop, lawyer, or judge says they don't know the law, especially when it comes to pressing charges, it's a totally valid excuse for any incompetence they have or want to have about your case and your freedom, all while you're being held accountable for every law they enforce on you. The Justice Department can act stupid as hell, not know laws or your rights, but they can totally lie and lie and lie till the judge finds lie he believes, fabricates, totally makes shit up, change the questions to the answers you gave them to make you look more guilty. You will never meet a bigger scumbag in your life than someone who works for the Justice Department. All truth be damned unless they can use it against you. Just remain silent. They'll still get it wrong if you speak. All my God-given unalienable rights reserved without prejudice, without recourse. She posted a bunch of more documents, so that's great. All right, we'll call it a night. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out and watching Sovereign Citizens with me. Appreciate ya. I will be back tomorrow. Not sure what we're going to do. Maybe body cam stuff. Maybe I'll get, if I have time, some Sarah Boone stuff, and we might be able to do another true crime stream. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with me again. Let's see who we will raid on Twitch. Doon doo doo doon doo doo doon. Doon doo doo doon doo doo doon. 1. Singular sensation. Every little step she takes. Sorry, stuck in my head. All right, have a great night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow and through the weekend. Have a good Friday. Until I see you. Bye-bye.